Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. No. I'm going to do cut as well.
Number 2, Paul Field.
Oh.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Are we in? Are we on? We're just double checking. Matt has literally sat down. He has literally sat down.
Yeah,
all good.
The wonders of Southwestern
Brilliant.
Railway.
You're a good man. Thank you, Jake. Apologies. Yeah, Southwest Trains.
Blame Southwestern Railway.
This man, as I know, as a good friend, we're good friends. This man has a dislike of Southwest Trains due to the constant use or misuse of the trains in recent times. Anyway, he's here now. I'm here now. Welcome everyone to a very, it has to be said, cold.
It's cold and windy.
Cold and windy Beverley Stadium. It's going to be an interesting night for us here in the press box, but we will give you as much as we can of what is set to be a very, it's definitely going to be, whatever happens, it's going to be a very, very important match for Hampton and Richmond, because they face Chesham,
who are actually higher in the league than I thought they were.
They are, yes.
To be honest. So there's been lots of pre-match commentary, let's just say, around how much this is a must-win game.
Yeah.
But let's take nothing away from Chesham. Mid-table, I think they've won 3 of their last 4. Beat Farnborough away, beat Hemel, beat Horsham away in their last 4 games.
That's pretty good.
You don't do that if you're a bad side.
You don't. But so far we're just getting ourselves all set up after what has been a bit of a hectic evening to get here. But that's what happens on a Tuesday night. But thank you very, very much for joining us. It's really appreciated, genuinely appreciated. And actually, I can already see some of the comments online. So Sao Paulo, it's definitely going to be warmer in Sao Paulo. Hello, Junior, much appreciated. Junior Dutra.
Sao Paulo.
I hope you've got your name right there. Yes, he's listening in from Sao Paulo. It must be warmer there. It is very cold here tonight. But we will be bringing you the National League South match between Hampton Richmond Borough versus Chesham. And Matt says 11th place Chesham. Hampton and Richmond under Alan Dowson have certainly improved. There's been a noticeable improvement, no more so than the game against Farnborough, where we beat them on Boxing Day. Tricky games against some really strong teams. Maidenhead, Maidstone, who we did get a 0-0 draw against.
Yeah.
Lost 4-1 to Torquay, again one of the strongest, if not the strongest, probably my tip for the title. And many people's other teams' tip for the title. Dorking Wanderers came here on Saturday and won 2-0, but me and Matt were both here. Matt, whilst I thought we were the better team until Dorking scored, and then Dorking were definitely stronger for the remainder of that half. In the second half, it was pretty solid. Hampton, we certainly had more territory and possession. We hit the bar without creating too many clear-cut chances, let's be honest.
I think you hit it down the head there, Seb. I thought we held our own really well. I actually thought, on balance, we were arguably slightly the better side. I think the problem, I'm sure Dallas would say the same thing, is that we didn't test the goalkeeper anywhere near as much as you need to. And football is all about scoring goals. We all know that. And you know what? The play in the middle of the park was good. I thought we played really, really well, but we just didn't have anywhere near enough attempts on goal, clear-cut chances on goal. And at this level, you're going to get punished for that against the top sides.
Well, definitely. And again, the 2 goals that Dorking conceded would have been, I know, I spoke to Dowse in the post-match interview afterwards. Unfortunately, 2 lapses, shall we say. No big errors, but 2 lapses, and against a team of Dorking's quality. One thing I would say, Matt, is Dorking certainly knew how to manage the game and see out the game. And again, Dowse mentioned that as well. Do not begrudge them. That's what good teams do, isn't it? But they were solid in defence, and once they had a 2-goal advantage, it looked pretty unlikely for the Beavers. But I have to say, the heads didn't drop, and I think that's a good sign. But we have said in recent weeks, in our matches against Torquay, in our matches against Dorking Wanderers, and even the matches against Maidenhead, those aren't the games that would define whether Hampton and Richmond Borough get out of trouble. Because we are in trouble. We are fourth from the bottom at the moment. If the season finished now, we would be going down. However, I've seen enough in the recent weeks for sure that things are on the up, and the quality of players that have been brought in. But this is the game where we have to make it count, really, because we've got Worthing here next Tuesday, who are top of the league. So that'll be another game that no one gives, Dal Dowson's side will never give up before the match is played. But you won't be looking at that one expecting to get something. Of course, you'll want something.
Yep.
But yeah, this one is it's not a 6-pointer as such, but it's one that Hampton really have to get something from, isn't it, Matt?
I think you're right, and actually it's interesting because I mentioned earlier on about a lot of people saying this is a must-win game. I mean, in isolation, is it a must-win game? No, but in the context of what you just said around all the games that have preceded this and we've got coming up, Dowse must have looked at the fixture list when he came in and thought, and I won't swear, but he must have thought, oh my lord, this is a tough start. As you say, Worthing coming up next week. I don't know who we've got after that. I think it's on paper.
AFC Tottenham away.
So Tottenham away.
Yeah,
so on paper an easier game.
An easier game, but still away.
Still away from home. It's. Yeah, I mean, actually, I think I might have just talked myself completely out of my previous comment. I sort of feel like this might actually be a must-win game.
I think that everyone I know of a Hampton Richmond by persuasion is expectant. We're certainly not arrogant or overconfident about this, because it's just Chesham's team finished 13th last season and now aiming for their best finish, because they're currently 11th. And of course this game should have been played the 3rd of January, I think it was, which already seems like such a long time ago. I spent most of the Friday with a couple of other volunteers, but Mark, not volunteer necessarily, but we were desperate to get that game on, but it was just so solid. And the referee came over a bit earlier than the official came over a bit earlier because he lived closer. And we, knowing this ground as we do, there are certain areas that are always quicker to dry or to get to thaw out. But unfortunately, those areas were far too hard. And even at 3 o'clock, I was still here that day. It was solid and it was dangerous. It was dangerous, and I was wearing trainers, let alone those players with studs. So that game was called off, and I think Dowse did make a point that he wanted to play that game because it sort of was an easier game amongst all those fixtures. Of course, the weather put paid to that, so there's nothing much we could do about it. But yes, it would have probably been a good time to play them, as a better time maybe to play them, because we'd just come off the back of the Farnborough result, which was a boost, and a couple of defeats later, albeit against good sides, that is never easy. But there are a couple of changes tonight, one of them enforced. We'll start with the Hampton team. Matt Rowley in goal, number 26. Paul Field starts again. He's good to have him back. I thought he looked very good in his first game back after a long spell out. Edino Faz, he starts. He came on and looked very bright, didn't he, Matt?
He did look
bright. He starts. We got then Sam Deadfield, who's been probably one of the most consistent performers for Hampton in recent weeks. 11, Taylor Clark, who again I thought did very well first half. For coming in straight in the side, looked quite comfortable on the ball, offered us something a bit different, I would say. Number 14, Aaron Lacey. 18, Sam Ashford, who I thought was the best player for Hampton on Saturday, ran his socks off. He was on his own for most of the game, apart from the last 25 minutes when Rhys Gregor-Cox was alongside him, and I thought he was even better then, and I was worried he might tire after being out for so long. But 23, Charlie Sayers. 24, Alan Massey. 25, Harry Gardner's back in the starting lineup. That will be because Max Kretschmar obviously isn't in the starting lineup due to a quite hefty foul on Saturday, and we saw him in the bar after the game, and he was in some discomfort. So
tell me how that wasn't a red.
Well, yeah, I did think that was yes. We can talk about that for a long time, but it was very interesting. And Rhys Gregor-Cox, who I thought came on and did very well, really just added a bit more impetus without us doing too much in the box, but outside the box, some lovely touches from Rhys. He's obviously technically a very gifted player, as we've seen with the quality of goals he scored. So I do believe, Matt. It's a 3-5-2 tonight, with Vaz and Field, and Sayers, Lacey and Massey, and then it's Clark, Deadfield and Gardner, and then Gregor-Cox and up front alongside Ashford. So we are slightly more adventurous, as you would expect, against a team of Cheltenham's quality. On the bench tonight, it's a strong bench again, really strong bench. Ronan Silva, Hayden Vaughan, Brendan Kiernan drops to the bench for the first time since his return to the club. I think, he hasn't played the game. He hasn't been playing many games at all. He hasn't been played until he came to us for 5-6 months. But he's getting there. But yeah, probably
he looked fit. But
he does.
Maybe too.
It's a match sharpness, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then Fasamade, Greenwich, Thomas and Atkinson. That's a strong bench if we want to, whatever changes we want to make defensively or offensively. Matt, do you want to just run through the Chesham lineup? If you've got any Chesham.
I will run through. The thing is, Seb,
He's come straight in, by the way.
He's come straight in. He's put me on the spot here because I don't know any of their Christian names. So I'm going to just go because the sheet we've got in front of us doesn't contain the Christian names. So I'm going to run through
Tell you what, I'm going to mark it off.
Okay, here we go. Number 1 is it Ben Good? I think it might be Ben Good. Ben Good. Number 6 is Connor Stevens. Number 8 is Giorgio Rasulo. Number 10 is Mitchell Weiss. He's played against us.
He's very good.
I recognise that name. Number 15, Alfie Young. Number 17, Callum Adebayi. Number 19, Matt McClure. Number 20, Connor Roberts. Number 22, Josh Ade. Number 28, Matt Lynch. And number 31, a certain Alfie Williams,
yes,
who will be familiar to many of you listening in. And I've actually noticed a couple of other ex-Beavers on the bench, actually.
Go on then, Matt.
For Chesham.
It's a great name, isn't it?
Beavers on the bench as well. I quite like that.
Beavers on the bench, yeah. A new series available. Don't type that into Google, whatever you do. You'll get yourself into mischief.
You will.
Don't do it at work anyway.
No, not on your work computer. Number 3, these are the subs bench for Chesham. Number 3, Lafleur. Is that the word?
It's a good name,
yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
a good name. Yeah. Number 5, Brown. Number 7, Essan. Number 11, Zach Joseph, who featured for the Beavers during
it seems a long time ago.
During the Gary McCann era. That
yes.
was unfortunately it didn't quite work out for him. I think he came with a bit of a he had a very good season at Hendon, didn't he?
He did,
with Gary, but it didn't quite fire for us. Oluyide, now, I'm thinking back to when he was.
He was around that time,
He's an ex-Beaver as well. Number 12, number 25, St Clair Burton, and number 24, Yearn. Joint managers, I see, Duncan and Murray.
Yes,
who are they then?
They're very much so.
Christian names for those, I do not know, but that completes your Chesham lineup.
James Duncan and Michael Murray. They've been involved for a while, but. So those are the teams. Hopefully that helps. Thanks very much for listening. Tell your mates, tell your friends. Just going to tell Jake, our guy on Twitter, to put. Do you want to take a picture of us and then stick it up, and tell the world if you aren't able to be here tonight, because it is a cold night. It's a Tuesday night, we had a brilliant attendance the other day, 1,146. A really good turnout, as is often the case, and not just with Hampton and Richmond. Back in my time as Yeovil Town, born and bred, season ticket holder, living there or whatever, and going to games. Anytime you've got a slightly bigger attendance, we never seem to score or give them something to.
No,
we're just going to pose for Jake for the Twitter. Unfortunately, we didn't score. Like I said, Matt said, we were very good possessionally. I thought we were quite solid at times defensively, but just not clear-cut chances against a very good Dorking side. Let's not forget they're third, I think, Dorking, and it's going to be tough for any teams to finish above them. And if they do, they're going to be in a chance of the league. I mean, the fact that we would have played Torquay, who are second, I think. And Torquay, we played them last week. We're going to play Worthing next week. It's a tough run of fixtures. But that's why tonight is even, as we said, is extremely important for Hampton. And I know the players will know that as well. And I'm sure Dowse would have told them that, because, Matt, as we sit here now, there's been some very encouraging signs under Alan Dowson so far. The quality of players we've brought in. I think we've looked pretty good in spells of games against very good teams. One really good win against Farnborough. But this Chesham team beat Farnborough 1-0 as well. So there's not much between these. They're both part-time as well. We must remember that.
Makes a big difference at this level.
Especially Saturday to Tuesday games.
But I mean, to your point, Seb. I mean, the experience that is. Look at some of the names on our team sheet: Ashford, Sayers, Massey. Sorry, should I say? Grego Cox, Deadfield. I mean, God, he's got a number of games at this level. Obviously, Kretschmar, who's not playing today, but you've got Atkinson on the bench. You've got Greenwich, Fasamade Kiernan. I mean, there's a lot of experience amongst the squad here that you would like to think would serve us well eventually.
Yes.
We've got to gel as a team. There's lots of new faces. But
I agree with you. I hope this doesn't get clipped up and put up at the end of the season. But this team now, I think, is good enough to stay up. and to move up the table. We're fourth from bottom at the moment. I believe that this team is good enough, and I believe Alan Dowson and Max Kretschmar and Luke Ruddock and the staff will put this team in the right position eventually.
Yep.
We're just having a little bit of a sticky period and a tough period with fixtures. That's the way the fixtures go, isn't it? But
it's all you got to do is win. I say all you got to do. It's a big thing to do to win 2 or 3 games on the spin. But if you're taking 7 from 9, it completely just turns your season around.
It does.
We've just got to find some form and just dig out. If we can get a win tonight, get a draw against Worthing, and then maybe a draw or win against Tottenham, there's 7.
Yeah, Salisbury don't forget Salisbury on Saturday as well.
Salisbury on Saturday.
I mean, that is the.
Is that home or away?
That's away. That's away, Matt.
We went there last season.
We did. We went there last season. It was actually. Do you know what? They were very welcoming, weren't they?
Great pubs as well.
Oh, superb pubs in Salisbury. Yeah. Mainly the one right next to the station, which was extremely well handled.
I think we found ourselves in there prior to the match and also after the match.
Yeah. There's a. And tonight I can see people walking past with the beers. It's half price on beers tonight. If you are listening and you decided tonight wasn't the day for you to go and stand in the cold for 90 minutes and watch a game of football, you can do it next week if you want against the league leaders Worthing. They'll bring a few fans. They'll also bring a style of football and an attacking. The other day I think they lost 5-4 to Salisbury. They score goals for fun. They concede as well, more than most, but they are top of the league at the moment. And so next Tuesday should be great, and the drinks are all half price. So if you sat there, appreciate the fans in Brazil might not be able to make a trip across, but yes. Please come down to the Bev, because on nights like this, when it is cold, don't get me wrong, the wind is blowing. Actually, it's quite strong wind. Not normally as windy as it's here at the Bev, is it? But
it's not. No.
But when the lights are on, the trees, you can see the trees in the background. It's a good place to be on a Tuesday night. So hopefully it's a bit warmer. Come next week. But before that, we're underway now here at Beverley Stadium, and it's gone straight out for a throw-in, and Hampton and Chesham kicked it straight out in their yellow shirts, shooting towards the Alan Simpson stand. I know, Matt, we said the other day when Hampton were shooting towards Alan Simpson stand in the first half, it felt a bit weird because we like to do that in the second half, don't we?
It did. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't feel quite right, does it?
Yeah. As much as we love the Key Fussy stand, it feels like a first half warmer up, and then we're on the terraces later on.
Oh, here comes a security guard.
We're a friendly bunch here. We're a friendly bunch here. This is when the security guards come and shake our hands. But we've just given the ball away in centre midfield. Very dangerous now. Chesham on the attack. And
No.
Bergkamp-esque turn. That was a Bergkamp-esque, wasn't it?
I'm gonna say it, Seb. I don't think that was a foul. I think he played for that. It was a Bergkamp turn, and Massey has just stood his ground and he's fallen over.
He's run into him. Weiss, who we did say he's definitely a name that jumps out on the team sheet. Yeah. When you've been watching the Beavers for as long as we have, nearly 10, 12 years now, isn't it? Well, it's only 10. It's probably 12. Certain names you see regularly or pop up here and there because there's a lot of players that move in between the teams, and Weiss is definitely one of those players, and he's just won a free kick inside, just 30 yards out here, and Alfie Williams, formerly of Hampton and Richmond, is one of those players over it, as is Connor Roberts, not the Connor Roberts of Swansea and Wales fame, same name, but long hair. He's going to go, looks like they're going to go towards the far post, and they do. The ball swings over, and it's well won by their Chesham defender, and it's on the edge of the box to Weiss, I think it is. Sorry, number 8, not Weiss, Rasulo, and he has a blocked shot. Alfie Williams, Chesham here have started brightly, certainly brighter of the two teams in this very early opening exchanges of the game. Harry Gardner there, unfortunately, he's just given the ball away when the pass to Rhys Gregor-Cox looked like it was open, but Matt, there's no doubt about it. Chesham have started certainly the stronger in this 2 minutes. We've only played 2 minutes.
They have. Yeah, they're
on the front foot.
They've come out of the blocks pretty fast, to be fair. But it's early days. We just need to find our feet, and we'll be all good as the ball loops into our box.
Bobbling around in the penalty box there. The throw-in was dangerous, and it bobbled all over the place. But Hampton cleared, and there's a foul on Lacey, I think it is. Oh, God, I'm talking of throw-ins, Matt. We go back to Saturday's game. Probably the longest throw-in I've seen at this level.
Rory Delepes, wasn't it?
Paul McCullum, wasn't it? The brilliant striker who scored 150 odd goals in National League football. But I tell you what, he's got a throw-in, and it's quite hard to get a run up at the Bev because it's the size are. I mean, the regulation length. I think the minimum regulation, but it's hard to get a proper run up. But he was fizzing them in really well, and that would be a really important, potent thing in their army. Anyway, Hampton on the attack. Sam Ashford's adjudged to have fouled there. And he had gone through and then put the ball in the net, but we did notice that on Saturday, didn't we? That Sam Ashford likes to be very close to the defenders. And hey, it's good. We needed some energy and some grit. But actually, he did get called up a couple of times, and he did deservedly get called up there, didn't he, Matt? I think.
Yeah, he did. That was, I think, the right decision from the referee. But he's putting himself about early on. I think that's what you've got to do as a striker. Yeah. Start ruffling some feathers at the back, and eventually it'll come off.
Yeah, Dowse was very complimentary and was keen to get him in as soon as he arrived. When he realised he became available, he had a loan spell at AFC Tottenham, who Hampton play in a couple of weeks. Me and Matt and our good friend John, who might be behind us, will be going to that one to tick that one off the list in a couple of weeks. But before that, there's a couple of big games, and including tonight's game against Chesham. And if you are joining us from the Chesham side of things, welcome. We will try and be as impartial as possible. It's well swung in there, but Massey's had to clear.
He's done well there.
Done well to clear that and sort of get it away. But Harry Gardner's tackled in midfield, returning to the side. Sam Ashford's won the ball brilliantly there. That's very good. And again, we're already seeing Sam Ashford being involved in the play and being aggressive and wanting the ball, which is quite nice to see up front, because I think the players that we've had up there have been technically very good. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of Reece Grego-Cox. But yeah, it's sometimes nice to have someone who's got that real physicality and energy and grit. Anyway, the ball goes towards Reece Grego-Cox, and he tries to flick it on towards Vaz, who we haven't mentioned very much, but Matt, he was one of those names that jumped out at us because he did very well for Aveley against us. But anyway, Sam Ashford shoots from distance, but it's comfortably in the hands of the keeper. Good for Chesham there. But yeah, Vaz came on and did look really bright, didn't he, Matt, on the left-hand side? And
he did. He's always...
Oh! And the ball's miscontrolled. Reece Grego-Cox is through-ish on goal, but the defender's done very well to claim that back. He may have got a little bit of Reece Grego-Cox, but I think he got enough of the ball to avoid giving away the foul there. But that was a mistake there from Chesham, and one we couldn't quite... Well, to be fair, he recovered from his mistake, didn't he, there, the defender? And... yeah,
he did. On Vaz, he's played against us a couple of times, and he's been one of those players that's always looked like you want to sign him for your own team.
Yeah, definitely.
He's always looked
good for Aveley.
Good. Yeah, he was.
And he did play. He's played a few games for Sutton in the league above this season, so there's definitely, and he's got some space here now. He's playing very high, and Sam Deadfield finds him. Oh, he doesn't actually. Unusually so for Sam Deadfield. I don't know if that was a bit 50%, not quite as good a pass as he could do, but 50% as his body shape wasn't quite right to receive it. I wouldn't place the blame all on Sam Deadfield there, and that's not because I'm a massive fan of Sam Deadfield and always have been and always will be. But I think Vaz's body shape there wasn't quite right, and he couldn't quite get the balance right. And it's a throw into Chesham, just in front of us, to the left here. On a very cold night, it is January, I suppose, Matt. We shouldn't really complain that it is going to be cold. Should expect it. Wasn't too bad the other day, to be fair, but yes. And the throw in, we can't quite see anyone who's been to Hampton and Richmond Borough before. We're in the main stand, front row. None of these watch-alongs in studios miles away from the ground. We are literally within touching distance of the first team players here, and yeah, we'll try and bring you the best. Well, the action the best way we can, and like I said, Chesham fans, if you are joining us, we will try and remain impartial. It's quite an important game for us, as it is for you, of course. I'm not saying it isn't, but yeah, we will try and bring this game, which has so far been quite bright, considering it's as cold and windy. But both teams quite eager, and after a bright start from Chesham, Hampton are just coming back into this now. And as I say that, Clark finds Harry Gardner in centre midfield, who then finds Vaz on the left-hand side. A lot of space again for him, but he hits it back towards Clark, who shoots, and it's nearly spilled by the keeper, and Harry Gardner would have got it if the keeper had spilled it, but that was good play from Hampton and Richmond. And I think, Matt, good sign there from Taylor Clark again. I think I was impressed with him in the first half on Saturday, and I think he's got good feet, and that was a decent effort, because he scored some good goals for Chelmsford.
Yeah, no, exactly. I like the look of him. I think he looks athletic, he's young, he's physical, he's skillful. I think there's definitely something about him, that's for sure. And he did well there to get a shot away. Massey
clears up here. The game is very end-to-end, actually, isn't it, Matt? It's not Chesham have not come for the point, and Hampton have certainly not decided to sit back to start with. And Alfie Williams on the attack now, crosses it in. But luckily Paul Field is back there and recovered well, because he's playing a bit more wing back today, and he tries to find Sam Ashford. I think Dowse will be a little bit disappointed with some of the balls out in midfield at the moment from Hampton.
It's a bit
sloppy and a bit frantic, isn't it? Can he be sloppy and frantic at the same time?
I think we can.
Yeah, I think we can. Yeah.
We just seem to be a little bit rushed, I think.
A little bit, yeah. But Vaz got the ball, lovely, and he lays it back to Charlie Sayers, who has been one of the better players this season for Hampton and Richmond. I mean, probably one of the few players that started that game against Chesham at the start of the season, back in August bank holiday. It certainly wasn't cold then, and it was certainly hot on the terraces when Rhys Grego-Cox scored a brilliant last-minute winner. I remember listening to that on the radio, being very jealous of the players, the fans, and who got to see that. But one note of caution though, Matt, last season in this fixture the away teams won that game, and this season
last season Chesham beat us at their place.
Oh, sorry, apologies for the confusion. Anyway, we'll go for the last two. Two times
we've made a fatal mistake of sitting next to a Rance.
And
when it comes to a Rance, they tend to know quite a lot of the history books about Hampton Richmond Borough. So we've just fallen into the trap there, Seb, I think.
There we are. Well, anyway, what I was trying to say is that the away team, certainly the last two occasions, maybe not the last three, it might not be true. Anyway, the away team won early on in the season, and let's hope that, from a Hampton Richmond Borough perspective, that doesn't happen tonight. But yeah, the game's just quieting down a little bit in the centre of the park. Let us know where you're watching or listening from. Really appreciate the Brazilian audience. That's amazing. I mean, even if it was just you, I would love the fact that we are broadcasting this game and it's really cold. Tuesday night in southwest London, just off the banks of the Thames. But anyway, Chesham on the attack now. I think it's number 8, Rasulo. Tries to find Weiss, who just find the space very well actually, and they're towards the left-hand side now, and I think it's Rasulo again. It's a shot, it's pretty tame, and Sam Deadfield picks it up, but now this is where Hampton, that's it, so that's a better pass going out of the box. Taylor Clark, that's not so good though. I think first 10 minutes, we're just hitting the 10-minute mark, Matt. I think Hampton just need to be a bit more precise with their passing. I think Chesham have definitely been a bit more clinically in that aspect.
No, I agree with that. Actually, I think you just mentioned it feels like it's settled down now, and let's try to get on the ball and try and knock the ball around and get ourselves comfortable, because it has been a bit frantic. We've just jumped in there and they're
19 Chesham on the left hand side, number 11.
Easy for you to say.
Sorry, number 2. Weiss again, I think it is. Lays it to the edge of the box, but it's well tackled by Harry Gardner, but he's lost it again, and the ball goes and it's a shot, and it's towards goal, and it hits the stanchion, I think it was. He number 28 there, Matt Lynch, thinks that it was got a deflection. I don't think it had, to be fair. It's one of those ones that you call for and hope the referee may have been the wrong side of it. But probably the first half chance of the game, Gardner came out to tackle, won the ball, but it was won back again by Matt Lynch, who had an angled drive, and it always looked like it was going wide. And it's one of those ones when it hits sort of the side netting as it goes wide, it looks a bit more dangerous than it actually was. But certainly the first proper chance, I would say, of the game so far, after about in the 12th minute. Weiss again, who's definitely seen a lot of the ball, and there's no doubt about it. I mean, he's got a lovely bit of grey hair.
He's a silver fox.
He's a silver fox, I tell you. I mean, we must have recognised him because he's been around the block by the looks of it. But I tell you what, as the game's gone so far, he's definitely been one of the better players. Just sort of fills that number 10 role perfectly as one of those players that actually has got a shirt number these days that befits his role. But Vaz on the left-hand side, a lovely touch from a lovely long ball. But it's well defended there by the number 6, and the referee's going to give that. He always is. I'm not sure Connor Stevens, I don't know if it actually was.
I think that was soft.
Yeah, I do think that was soft. But it's one of those ones that referee almost gives with the benefit of the doubt of the defender, don't they, sometimes, if they get on the right side. But we'll try and be in the part. Well, we are. I would have said it if it was the other way around.
Absolutely.
You will hear us.
Yeah.
We have not got red and blue tinted goggles on this one. Anyone who's watched us previously, and we have been doing this. We started this way back, long time ago, back in COVID, when me and Matt were very fortunate to still be able to go to games then. Fortunately, football, as we found out then, is so much better with fans and people present. And yeah, it's a very cold night, and with a game on Saturday, it was always going to be a bit tricky to certainly match the levels of crowd. And there's a lot of people in the terrace, so I think it's looking like a 300, 400 crowd tonight, which is what we've had on the number of Tuesday games. But this time of year, isn't it? People haven't got as much money, Matt.
Yeah.
We've all spent the money over Christmas, and people are doing dry Januaries and the like. So,
but let's not forget, Seb. Rewind 10 years ago, we used to have this level of crowd on a Saturday afternoon.
well, that's also true,
You
Matt.
know, so
yeah,
I mean, it
does fluctuate, doesn't it?
it wasn't uncommon for us
No,
to have
no.
100, 200 on a Tuesday night.
That's
so
a very good point.
You know,
when Dowse was here, when we first,
Yep.
me and Matt first came, when we saw Alan Dowse on Hampton side, I think they lost 4-0 to Lewis that night, and there was a scrap in the car park.
There was.
And we never scrap between the players, not the fans. I'm not glorifying hooliganism here. Just fisticuffs between the players, which is probably the same thing, but yeah, anyway. Moving on the attack now. Charlie Sayers on the left-hand side. Lovely ball from Sam Deadfield. That's a decent cross!
Ooh.
And it was probably a bit deeper than he wanted, but it did nearly trouble the keeper. I wouldn't classify that as a shot, but I would classify that as a cross that ended up being half a shot.
Yeah, I think the wind just caught that one, Seb. I think we've got the wind with us at the moment, and it was high, looped high, and unfortunately the wind caught it, and it just landed on top of the goal net.
It did. We have got a Chesham fan listening, Martin. Thanks very much for listening in, and hopefully you will agree that we will present this in an impartial way as possible. Obviously, events may dictate that we may slip here and then into some partisanship for the Hampton and Richmond cause, but we will try our very best. And thanks for listening. A big fan of you guys. I love the ground at Chesham. It's one of the best in non-league football. Great little bar. We played you guys in the cup a couple of years ago. Jake Gray scored, I think,
Yep.
and a lovely setup at Chesham. Really enjoy it there, and I do believe it's right next to a cricket. You walk. It's a very nice part of the world, as I hope probably people think we've got as well. And of course, anyone who knows anything about Chesham United will know that Alex Horn, the presenter of Taskmaster and creator of Taskmaster, I think, is a celebrity fan of Chesham and is doing great things. And I think he's on the board actually. I think he's been doing some videos, and full respect for anyone, famous or otherwise, that gets involved in their non-league football club.
Absolutely.
Got Tommy to my left here. He's got the third generation of Rances, I think, involved in the football club. The voice of the Bev currently at the moment, but also someone who has been to see how many games in 10 days, Tommy? 8 games of Hampton and Richmond Borough, including youth levels, academy levels, and also and friendlies. He saw 8 games in 10 days. So I think this is 11 in 9 in 12, 13, whatever. Anyway. What I'm saying is there's a lot of good people involved. All non-league football clubs, Hampton and Richmond, Chesham, and the like. But yeah, I know if you are listening in and thinking, why are we looking at 2 mid-40s guys on the microphone? Sorry,
early 40s.
You're early 40s. I'm 45.
Yeah.
We can't show football. We're at this level where DAZN own the rights. We'd love to be able to, but corner for Chesham, by the way. Well, as I was rambling on there, trying to stay warm by talking, but the ball goes in towards the far post and it's bouncing around, but it was well headed clear by I think it was Lacey in the end. No, it was actually Ashford, sorry, and its ball goes all the way down the other end, and luckily there's some danger averted, but it wasn't a bad cross. The wind is as strong as
howling.
The wind is strong as you may be able to pick it up on the microphones here, but it is very strong today. I haven't noticed a wind like this for a while.
He's done well there, Massey.
Well done, Massey. Apart from maybe the train on the way back from Salisbury last year after about 6-7 pints, but that's another conversation entirely. Throw in just for Hampton in front of us here. Hampton resplendent in their red shirt with Tudor detailing, which is available if you are listening. And we are trying to set up an online club shop at the moment. We are trying to get one going. There is 20% off if you can come down to the Bev, or if you want to reserve something and pick it up during the week, please do let us know. Inquiries at hamrichfc.com.
We need to change that.
We do need to change that. We have changed most of the things related to that from then. All our social media handles now at HRBFC 1921. If you didn't know, an exciting change for us all.
Look at Sayers.
Sayers, there's a lot of space on this left-hand side, but Hampton aren't quite. Look, we've passed the ball back to the right-hand side. Sam Ashford, as I say that, to be fair, Sam Ashford nearly wins the ball back, and it's a throw into Hampton on the far right-hand side. Look at those hardy souls on what we used to call the Spaghetti Terrace, Matt, because there was an Italian restaurant sign.
There was.
That isn't there anymore, but there are some hardy souls there. I bet the wind is buffeting round there. I would not want to be stood there. It's cold enough as it is here. But yeah,
buffeting's
a good word.
It's a great word.
Yeah. I was going to try and get sophomore into the equation because Jack put that in his. Anyway, got shot from the edge of the box by Sam Deadfield, rising all the time really, and He had a similar chance, didn't he, Matt, towards the end of the game the other day, and we spoke to him after the bar, and he was furious with himself that he was leaning back at that particular moment. I don't think he was leaning back that time. I think he just put too much swaz on it, and it went high and wide. Not even a half chance, I would say. No, didn't he? The keeper never looked, and it probably went above the scoreboard, which is behind the goal now. If you have been to the Bev this season, very useful for us commentators who used to forget to start stopwatches and timers. We can just see straight away what minute we are in, and we are currently in the 19th minute of the game. It's Hampton and Richmond Borough 0, Chesham United 0. It's certainly not been dull. I wouldn't say that, both teams are going at it, and both teams definitely want to get something from this game. And I would say the biggest chance so far has been Chesham United. Matt Lynch hitting just high and wide that hit the side netting. But yeah, probably the best chance. Hampton had a bit more of the ball in the last 10 minutes, I would say, wouldn't you, Matt? But once again,
we're not doing an awful lot with it.
We're not keeping it, though, are we?
No, we
need
keep
to giving it away.
Yeah, I think Douse will be a bit disappointed about that. And once again, we're giving it away, and we now face a counter-attack.
Chesham, lovely little ball into the edge of the box, and Vice on the far post.
I don't think he wasn't expecting that.
I don't think he was expecting that, because I think that went past two, if not three, Hampton defenders, and Vice in the 6-yard box. I just don't think he was expecting it. I think he was expecting Massey in front of him to get rid of it, and it didn't, and that was dangerous. A nice little ball, though, wasn't it? Real put in the corridor of uncertainty. Reece Gregor Cox has done brilliantly there.
He's done well, yeah.
And he's passable back. He's strong. He's got good feet, Reece. And if he was fully fit, he wouldn't be playing for us all the time. Anyway, the ball goes into the box, and a similar position on the edge of the box, and Reece Gregor Cox sniffs around, and that is a wonderful. No, it's not. Oh, what happened there?
I can't work out what happened to the ball.
What has happened there?
Is that an optical illusion?
Harry Gardner, I think it might have been. Harry Gardner has hit the ball from about 25 yards. I think it's hit the stanchion behind the goal, is it?
No, the keeper saved it onto the post.
Yeah.
And then it didn't quite go in, but someone was offside in the
someone
right,
was.
Tommy, Lino's got his flag up.
Tommy's paying attention, the voice of the Bev, and also keeping us in check. But
when we said about we're in our early to mid 40s, that does impact the eyesight.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
but there was a clear offside.
There was a clear offside in that.
What a save from the keeper!
I tell you what. Do you know what? He's dived and he's hung in the air, Jordan-esque on the side, obviously. But it's a great little shot from Gardner. To be fair, he hit it first time. If that had gone straight in, Matt, that would have been allowed, I imagine. But imagine there was someone offside in the build-up, unless it was before that. Anyway, on the attack, Alfie Williams just scored for Chesham United. The ball was gone straight down the other end. Alfie Williams on the left-hand side, cuts inside and drills it into the far corner. The former Beaver has struck moments after Hampton looked like they had taken the lead. The former Beaver has put Chesham United ahead. And Matt, I have to say, that is very good play from the former Beaver, Alfie Williams. He cut inside, and that shot was powerful. No one was stopping that, were they?
No, it's cliche, but that was too easy. He turned the defender, and that was too easy, I'm afraid.
Yes.
That's a disappointing goal to give away.
From a Hampton Richmond Borough perspective, for sure.
I mean, but take nothing away from Alfie. What a finish!
That is a really good finish.
He's drilled that.
He's drilled that brilliantly to the far corner. He was on the left-hand side from us here, near the dugout side. He turned and cut inside and drilled it, and before we knew it, it was in the corner, literally in the full corner of the net. And Chesham United have opened the scoring there in the 20th minute. So Martin, you are listening in, and Jimmy, I think as well, by the looks of it on the YouTube comments. You'll be very happy because your side have taken the lead here at the Beverley Stadium. And again, we gave the ball away again, though, didn't we, Matt?
Yeah.
From a Hampton Richmond Borough perspective, avoidable. But Alfie Williams has found Vice. And Alfie Williams is all action at the moment and doing some really good stuff. And Vice has done brilliant in the box. Hits it towards the far post, and it was well cleared in the end by Paul Field. But Chesham still have it. Hampton can't get rid of it. And it's a lovely curling shot towards the far post, which bounces just outside the post, not inside the post, which Alfie Williams did. And there's no doubt about it, Matt. Suddenly, Chesham United's tails are well and truly up, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, Seb. We need to weather the storm a bit here, I think. They've got the impetus, and yeah, we're looking second best at the moment. But
the rain has started
to
fall now. I'm trying to fight. If anyone, probably people are looking. I'm looking a bit fidgety. It isn't a case of the old
You got ants in your pants?
No, ants in my pants. I'm trying to find my golden goal because I deliberately didn't open them, so that could make it much. Oh, I think I found them in my back pocket here. But yeah,
I'm not going to go and get them out.
No. So yeah, so 1-0 Chesham United. Let's see if I've won the golden goal, which would make me slightly happier, but maybe not. The Supporters Trust run. If you ever come to the Bev, please go to the Supporters Trust shed as you walk in. They do, in my opinion, and I might be biased, but it's the best programme in the league. And they also do golden goal. 60 minutes, no chance, that's gone. And 68. So yeah, no win for me tonight in the golden goal. But you should buy any of those sort of things if you go to non-league ground. 50-50 draws, all that sort of stuff. It all goes to the football club or very good cause. If not,
it is chucking it down.
It is absolutely persisting down, I think is a polite phrase. And it doesn't look very nice. Oh, I just remembered I bought 3 golden goals, so you never know. I might. This could be really interesting. 45. So we're screwed. No win for us tonight. Well done if someone has won it. Who's watching it tonight? It's very cold. It's getting increasingly wet, and at the moment, as we've gone over halfway in this first half. At the moment, Chesham are in the lead, and probably on balance of play deserve to be so, Matt, just ever so slightly. They've certainly had they've had the best half chance before that, and they nearly scored again after their opener by Alfie Williams. But yes.
Yeah, agreed, Seb. I think that's a good summary of the first 24 minutes of the game.
They've certainly been more composed with the ball, haven't they?
We've
given the ball away more often than we would like, for sure. Anyway, Vaz on the left-hand side. Hampton looking to get back into this game after going down 1-0. But again, we've given the ball away too easily. And again, that's Alfie Williams, who's having a great game. He's really enjoying his time back at the Bev. I thought he was one of those players that certainly was added something, scored a couple of goals for us, didn't he, in Alan Julian's first spell.
I thought he was one of our best players.
Yeah, he was that season. He was good on the set pieces as well, wasn't he? Him and Taylor were probably and again, he'd come from a lower level, and he was at Chesham last year, and he's still there now, and well, he's certainly making the Beavers rue letting him go tonight, because he is the goal scorer. He was the goal scorer in the 1-0 lead at the moment. 25 minutes gone. The rain is still bucketing down. It's a miserable night so far if you're a Hampton Richmond Borough persuasion. We haven't quite got into gear, really. Again, we've mentioned it a few times. We'll mention it again. The ball, we've given the ball away a lot. I think so. If you're a Chesham United fan, and we know there's a couple of people watching, listening, they should be very proud of their team so far. This is a very good away performance so far, keeping it pretty tight at the back, keeping the ball moving forward with pace and purpose, and crucially making the breakthrough, Matt. I can't say much more at the moment than that Chesham are the better side in this game.
No, I totally agree with that, Seb. I think they're good. They're good value for the 1-0 scoreline. To be truthful, I think Douse will be. Oh. We've showed glimmers, but I think we need to improve.
Yeah. One thing I would say is, and again, slight change of shape here tonight, and as I say that, what I was about to say was they're getting some joy down the wings, and number 22 for Chesham has just got the ball to the edge of the byline. Vaz has done very well. Number 22 went down. There was some half-hearted appeals from the Chesham fans behind the goal. Reece Grego Cox has won the ball, and he's going for goal. Is he going to score a brilliant one? No, he's not. I've got to say it was worth a go, because we've seen him score it this season. But to be fair to the keeper, he looked like he was in control of that the moment it was heading towards him.
He did. What an effort, though. What an effort. Tell you what, halfway line.
Yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it. It was on target. There was no doubt it was on target. And we've seen Reece score that from that distance this season, haven't we?
What control.
Anyway, Harry Gardner for this time, and he's through on goal now, Reece Grego Cox, but he's well tackled. But Harry Gardner tries to find the ball back into the box towards Cox, who's well defended there. He just didn't. He was juggling, and that was disappointing there from Hampton. Very well defended, I would say, though, from Chesham there, wouldn't you, Matt? I would say that was probably what Hampton should have been doing when they conceded the goal. They just got their bodies in the way, didn't they, there, Chesham?
Yeah, it was good defending. Disappointing. It was a very, very good position for us. It would have been nice to have finished that off, but
a brighter period of play there from Reece Grego Cox, central to it. A chance shooting from 45 yards. Comfortably saved on target. It was, to be fair, good little effort, and then he was through on goal, but it was well defended by, I think it was number 6 for Chesham. Sorry, my headphones are just...
Stevens
have just... Can you hear me? Hopefully you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Yeah. Sorry, I think there was some issue there. Technical issue. Anyway, hopefully you can hear me. You can hear me, Matt?
I can hear you fine.
That's fine. Please let us know if anything like that happens. Technical issues, anything. But yeah, so far... We're nearly, the 29th minute. Hampton and Richmond Borough have had a little bit better spell, and Harry Gardner pushing all the way through. Shot from Sam Ashford. It's well blocked by number 27 from Chesham. Vaz on the left-hand side lays it back to number 11, Taylor Clark, who then plays it back to Vaz. Vaz tries a bit of trickery, but then plays it back to Taylor Clark on the edge of the box. Well defended. Oh, he's done well, though, Taylor Clark. He skipped, and he skipped again. He lays it through to Vaz on the byline, who hits it back, and that's well defended. Well headed. That is more like it from Hampton and Richmond Borough.
Yep.
Some very good play there between the two new recent signings, Edino Vaz and Taylor Clark.
Taylor Clark did really well.
Edwino,
nice feet. Nice feet.
It is Edwino, isn't it? Edwino. Sorry. Not Edwina, Edwino.
Oh, Edwino.
Yeah. No, not related to Curry.
That's what I thought you said.
Not related to the former mistress of John Major. Anyway, niche joke for you there for anyone listening who is over. Anyway, Vaz, corner.
That's a lovely ball.
It's a nice little ball towards. It was going towards Lacey, not Leslie, and Lacey heads it clear. Hampton and Richmond Borough have got their second corner in quick succession. This is more like it. This is the first sort of spell from Hampton.
We've got to make this. We've got to make them pay for this. I think if this is looking good. This is looking good. An opportunity now.
Second corner, is it? Sam Deadfield, is it? I think is going to swing that one in. Vaz and Clark on the edge of the box, who did lovely to win the first corner. Ball swings in. It's very deep, as I've seen, and too deep, if anything, and it goes straight out for a goal kick. It was intended target was Sam Ashford at the far post, but he was well marshalled, and even so, it went straight over his head. Anyway, Matt, do you want to have a look, see what the others... Oh, no, it doesn't. Let's have a look.
Yeah, let's have a look.
We're only concerned about what happens here now.
We are.
But at the same time...
let's see what's going on.
Notice, Matt, you've got an old school HRBFC hat on there with the...
This is
that. That is from...
this will be 10 years old.
That's got to be, that's got to be, That's that. Maybe Alan Dowson first time around.
Here we go. There's only one other game tonight in the National League South.
Oh, there is, isn't there? Dagenham and Dover, 0-0.
Yeah, Clash of the D's, 0-0.
Clash of the D's. Dagenham, who are not doing nowhere near as well as they probably should be doing, and Hampton go there on non-league day. So, wonder what offer they'll be doing that day to entice us Beavers across all the way on the district line from Richmond.
Now, I think
Richmond to all the way, and that's a lovely ball from Charlie Sayers, and the cross comes in, and Vaz. It's well defended. That's a yellow card all day long for Mr. Sayers.
Yep.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, he was very late.
Alfie Williams. It was late. It wasn't much malice in it.
To be fair to Alfie, he's just got straight back up and he got absolutely clattered.
He did, didn't he? Charlie Sayers, yellow card, first yellow card of the evening for this game, and it goes to number 23, Charlie Sayers, for bringing down Archie Taylor. That was the other player that played with Alfie Williams. Alfie Williams. Yeah. But yes, so far, if you are just joining us, just over half an hour gone, it's 1-0 to the Generals. I think it's the Chesham nickname, the Generals. They're 1-0 up here at Hampton and Richmond Borough. At the moment, they are leading the hosts, but the hosts have come back into it in the last 3, 4, 5 minutes. And that's a foul by the looks of it on Sam Ashford. He's a big lad there, their defender, number 17, Callum Adebayi, who scored the other day against Farnborough, I do believe, in their 1-0 win against Farnborough. And that was the last time and scoreline and opposition when Hampton last won 1-0 on Boxing Day, which seems a long time ago. We were still full of festive joys, and yesterday was Blue Monday, wasn't it, Matt? I do believe they called it the third Monday in January when reality sets in. But it's definitely a Blue Tuesday for Hampton and Richmond Borough at the moment. They have just won their third corner.
Oh, it's a corner.
The third corner. It was a pretty poor attempt to put the ball in the box, but it deflected, and it's corner number 3 for Hampton now. And you can just maybe pick up the dulcet tones of the fans in the Keith Hussey stand, and everyone's under the roof there tonight because it is still raining. Not as heavy as it was a few moments ago. Anyway, the ball swings in. That's a bit closer towards the keeper. Not as deep. Faz on the edge of the box. Just goes under his feet, but he's still got it, and he's going to try some tricks against the number 17, and he puts a lovely ball in towards Ashford, but it doesn't quite reach his head, and it's cleared by Chesham. You have to say Chesham have done pretty well defensively, Matt, as well as they've been going forward by opening the scoring and having another couple of chances. They've been pretty solid, but Charlie Sayers swings the ball in, but it's well cleared again by Chesham. And as an away team performance, no, he fell over there, didn't he?
Yeah,
I
he
think.
did.
But the referee bought it, and the referee's given a foul against Hampton and Richmond. But yeah, I've got to say, this is a very, if you are one of the joint managers in James Duncan and Michael Murray, you, or both of the joint managers, you'll both be happy.
You're very happy with this performance so far. Fair play to Chesham. They're making a good go of this.
At the moment, they are looking like the team. Certainly looking at the team that's 11th against the team that's 21st.
Yeah.
It's got to be said.
Yeah.
We were hoping there wouldn't be too much daylight, and I don't think there has been loads, but there's certainly no doubt that Chesham are the better team so far. Gardner, who's found a bit more of the Sam Ashford, who's trying to come all the way back there, forced to come back, and the referee's given a free kick, and I think the linesman signalled that because he just gestured to him that thank you for letting me know, and Hampton have got the ball, but it does allow Chesham to get back into their shape, which they've done extremely well and so far. And yeah, it's Hampton do need to step up the pace. They have done. Gardner's found a bit more of the ball in the centre midfield. I think probably Sam Deadfield's not been on the ball as much as he liked, but he's put a lovely ball towards Rhys Gregor Cox, but it's well defended again. Not a million miles away from Gregor Cox, but it was well intercepted. I think there's definitely an urgency, and the rain is starting to get a little bit harder again. On what it has to be said, Matt, for January the 19th? 20th, sorry.
20th, yeah.
The pitch, given everything that's happened,
It
I know
looks phenomenal,
it was
doesn't it?
frozen the other week. It couldn't do anything. Well, we tried. We put covers and all sorts on there, but it was actually it was most of the stuff off and behind the goal that was the issue.
Ooh.
There was nowhere to run off, but some of the penalty box was certainly very solid, but the pitch is looking fantastic, and that is testament to the ground staff and the work by the owners who invested in the summer, but also reseeded the pitch when we weren't at home for about 6 weeks in September. But Vaz on the left-hand side, Ashford's done some brilliant work, held up the ball and somehow snuck through the ball to find Vaz, who's still on the left wing. He certainly offers you something, doesn't he, Vaz? And I think we've missed that sort of real width, real wingers. And I think Dowse has made no secret that he loves a real winger. You know, a collision there between 19 and 8 Sam Deadfield. But Vaz on the left-hand side swings a lovely ball, but it goes behind, and Paul Field on the right-hand side. Cross, Taylor Clark looks like to swing it in. And Hampton are having more of it here now, but they have to make this count. They are 1-0 down here against a team that are 11th in the league. But Hampton and Richmond Borough at 21st. 3 points is certainly the aim for us this evening. But at the moment, we want to be looking at just getting back up, getting a goal back and getting back into this game. But we are certainly looking more composed in the last 10 minutes, I would say, Matt.
I agree. We seem to have taken the game to Chesham a bit here, although that's a poor ball.
Yeah, just as he says that. Commentator's curse, we've all done it.
That's a great
tackle from Sam Deadfield, who finds Taylor Clark, who's looking to shoot all the time, but he lays it to the right to Paul Field, who's high up. Swings the ball, it's not good enough. It hits the first person, and it's Adebayi, who's done very well again. Winning goals. The winner scored the winner the other day when Chesham. Sorry, I've completely lost the train of my thought. Right, start again. Anyway,
rewind.
Adebayi has done very well.
Yeah,
you know that bit on Netflix where you can just press back 10 seconds, or YouTube. Do that anyway. We can't do that because Vaz swings the ball in. This time it's good cross.
Honestly, they've defended
very well, and not necessarily in numbers. They've just been in the right place at the right time. Taylor Clark on the edge of the box, shoots, has a lovely right-footed shot that was just always veering past the post, but was close. And you may have heard the oohs and the ahs in the background and the applause. Rightly so. Taylor Clark, once he gets on the ball around that place, he's looking to shoot, isn't he? And he wasn't a million miles away there, Matt, was he?
That was a fine effort. Really good effort from Clark, 30 yards out. But as you say, Steve, it was veering right as soon as
we were right behind it, weren't we? We were in perfect position, but
that's what you want to be doing, right? We've got to be having shots on goal. I know we didn't test the goalkeeper then, but we've got to get these shots in, and eventually it will pay off.
Yep. First sign of the drum behind the goal, and the keeper, Alan Massey there. I don't quite know. He was caught in between two minds, between standing and then and marshalling the ball back, but then fell over, and the referee Didn't
given
give has he given a foul?
He's given
a
throw-in. Yeah.
Bit dangerous there, but did that happen again on Saturday a couple of times, didn't it, at Massey, where he was a little bit more casual than he normally is, because I think he's been extremely solid throughout the season, and a real captain leading the back line, whether that's a 5 or a 4 or a 3, whatever you want to call it. Everyone talks about systems and everything these days, but the rain is rain is starting to come, and it's making a few spatters on my phone, and we are like probably 8 feet away from the touchline here, and it's pretty horrible and pretty miserable out there. But Alfie Williams on the attack, cuts inside again, too easy, I would say, Matt, towards the number 19 on the edge.
Yeah,
Harry
Gardner's
Gardner
done well.
Do you know what Gardner's done well today?
He's been fouled as well.
Do you know what I've enjoyed from Gardner today is just getting stuck in.
Yeah.
You know, I think when he was in recent times he's tried to do too much and score, but actually the energy and getting stuck in, just get in there, and and he has to probably do that a little bit more, the little bit more of the muck and bullet stuff with Deadfield and Clark.
Vice has got booked for that, by the way.
That's interesting. I didn't know if it was necessarily.
No, I didn't feel.
No.
I mean, it was a foul.
Was it coming? Vice there, yellow card for Chesham.
I mean, it was a foul. He was late. Not sure that was a booking. But
no, I don't think so. I certainly wasn't. Yeah, normally I would say that's, like we did with Sayers, it was obvious he was going to get booked. That wasn't obvious at all. But the referee has deemed it a yellow card for Vice. If you're a Hampton Richmond Borough persuasion, then hopefully that might make him a little bit less eager than he has been, certainly in the early stage of this game. Well, Hampton have definitely come into this the last 10, 12, 13 minutes or so, but Chesham looking pretty solid so far at the back.
Nice
but,
ball.
It's a lovely ball. As I say that, Sam Ashford found some space on the edge of the box. Cuts in for the byline, shoots, but it's well saved. It's nice idea from Sam Ashford.
Nice idea, different angle.
Do you know what?
Very
in the
difficult
last
angle.
10 minutes we've had 3 shots, 3 decent efforts, I would say. One saved, one went wide. 2 went wide, but we're definitely better in the last 10-15 minutes, and Sam Ashford once again looking dangerous. He's got quite a strange gait. He's almost hunched, so to speak, but he does allow him to sort of twist and turn and get amongst it, and it's another foul. Been a few niggly little, when I say niggly I mean literally the just trips and things like that. No,
it's not been a dirty
no,
game,
I mean the tackle from Sayers, even that he got a yellow card for, wasn't it?
No,
it was just late rather than any real malice in it. And so far the game being played in a very good spirit, and it's a spirit that Chesham are more enjoying when it comes to the scoreline 1-0, but Hampton are trying to make their way back into this game. Reece Gregor-Cox, lovely little feet. He's doing very well. I'd quite like him in that position. I've got to say, back to goal, he keeps the ball and allows, hopefully with the fields, the wing backs and maybe the wingers, when we got the Kiernans and players like that and Vaz on the pitch, that will come into play a bit more. But yeah, he definitely offers an outlet, I would say, because in recent times when we had Ashford just on his own up front pretty much of the day, he was running treading a lonely furrow. I think it is, not furrow. Anyway, 42 minutes, 42nd minute, it's 1-0 to Chesham. We've given the ball away far too easily, and Chesham are on the break now. And 28 is it Lench, who went close before. Didn't quite know. It didn't seem like he knew what to do there.
He was caught in two minds there.
Because should I keep going or should I try and get some support? But in the end, he gave the ball away, and Hampton and Richmond Borough have got the ball back. But it was a let off there because that was a poor place to give the ball away again, Matt. And I would say that's one of the top lines of what I'm going to say at half time, Alan Dowson, is stop giving the ball away, making it more difficult for yourself.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that.
Even though we have been better in the last 10-15 minutes. They're definitely getting some width here, but we're definitely finding some width. And Vaz has even pushed further forward now, and Sayers we're not finding everyone. There's not many options here, is there, for Massey? And if they are, they're quite far away. And I'm not expecting Massey to do a Beckenbauer pass to the far right hand side, nor would I, Charlie Sayers is a man for that, who does receive the ball on the left hand side now. And he finds Vaz. Lovely little ball there from Seb, but it's not well controlled, and we've given the ball away again. And Chesham are on the attack again. Rasulo finds, it looks like he was offside there, and the red linesman assistant referee has put his flags up. We're just getting some messages there. Jimmy says that Mitchell Weiss. Do you know who he played for? St Albans. I'm trying to remember the way he played for.
Yeah.
It's come to my head.
Yeah.
He's the hardest working player I've ever seen, Jimmy the General says. I've got to say, he's not stopping tonight.
Yeah.
And he's being impactful. Not just, there's a lot of players that you see sometimes run, but he's actually making a real difference creatively as well. St Albans, I can remember him now. In fact, I'm pretty sure he scored the winner against us before. You may be able to hear the wind howling around the stadium. The rain and the wind is a real factor tonight. It's been a decent game, all things considered, with the conditions.
No.
We keep going backwards at the moment. You may have heard some people in the background.
The obvious pass is out here.
It was so obvious, Charlie, because there's a lot of space on this left-hand side, especially with Vaz. That's not a bad ball, but it's not quite good enough. But yes, it's Sam Deadfield towards Sam Ashford. Not quite sticking for him as well as it has been for Reece Grego-Cox. For all his running and the like, he's not quite holding the ball up as probably he would like, Sam Ashford, but this is only his second game for the Beavers, and we shall see some great names on the bench. Alex Lafleur and Will St Clair Burton. They sound like very prestigious people, don't they? And footballers. So hopefully we won't be. We won't make. Oh, I tell you what, I'm just looking at the programme here, Matt. Sorry, I'm looking at the lineup. Obviously, this game was cancelled, so the programme is from the original fixture.
Oh, of course.
And it's got Nathan Minas in the lineup, but he recently moved, didn't he? He moved on. Did he go to Chatham?
He went down. He went league below, didn't he?
Chertsey. He went to Chertsey. Yes, with a couple of ex-Hampton players there. I really like Nathan Minas. Never so unlucky. One of the most unlucky players I saw here.
Yeah.
And I know he scored quite a lot of goals for Chesham last season as well. And
Screamer against Billericay, didn't he?
He did score some goals, but he was dreadfully unlucky. Every time he seemed to get back in the side,
he got injured, didn't he?
He got injured, like really bad injuries, like cheekbones and stuff like that. Anyway, Hampton on the attack, but it's too fast from Paul Field, and the ball is skidding off the surface. Mark George will not be putting the sprinklers on at half-time here because the rain has been constant and consistent. You may be hearing that wind. I don't remember it being this windy at Hampton game. And do you know what? It's not like a stormy wind, is it? It's just like a real. It's in between. It's coming in. It's coming into the stand here. We're normally quite well protected, but there's a few specks on our really expensive equipment, which hopefully won't start sparking, and the gremlins. But if
indicated a minimum of 1 minute.
You may be able to hear the voice of the Beverley, Tommy Rance there, saying there's 1 minute of injury time to play in the end of this first half. Matt, summary, probably Chesham certainly the better side for the first 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Hampton have come into it a bit more with a couple of half chances, but
I think we've been a lot better the last 10-15.
I think so, yeah.
What matters is getting that ball in the net, and we're not doing it.
We haven't done that now for 3 halves of football at the Beverley. 2 of those halves against a very good Dorking side, and I've got to say Chesham have defended very well. Harry Gardner on the left-hand side, he slipped. We're going to see a few of them, I think, more, Matt, with the way the weather and the conditions are. But Hampton, maybe there's a chance here. Vaz on the byline from a throw-in, hits the ball back towards Reece Grego-Cox. But like with most things, I think the key thing for Hampton and Richmond Borough in the second half is to be more incisive, more clinical with the passing. Harry Gardner might get a yellow card here for pulling him back. I'm surprised you didn't see that.
Yeah.
Because that was a clear pull back on Alfie Williams, a clear pull back. But the referee's blown his whistle. He's decided, no, he's
had enough.
But that was a clear pullback, and Mitchell Weiss is obviously saying to the referee there,
what about the pullback?
If I got a yellow card, why didn't he? Yes. Anyway, it was half time. It's Hampton and Richmond Borough 0, Chesham United 1.
I'm a little bit. I can't quite explain how I'm feeling. Are we deflated? I don't know. They're a little bit deflated.
Less deflated than I would have been if we'd carried on playing like we had done in the first 25 minutes.
Agreed.
We've played worse. I will say that.
Yeah.
But we were giving the ball away. We were allowing Chesham to really play and move forward and be expressive. But I would say that Hampton definitely came back into it. I would say that Chesham, we have had a couple of half chances. Probably as many half chances as Chesham, but then Chesham have also scored. So I would say Chesham just about nudging in front at the moment on the score sheet, and probably one thing I would say Chesham have done a lot better than us is pass the ball. more incisively. They're not giving
have.
the ball away near as much. Hampton have given the ball away far too much tonight.
Yeah, I agree, Seb. And let's be honest, Chesham have defended incredibly well. We've mentioned
they
a few
have.
times.
Yeah,
They've done.
But Hampton have definitely
They've done
given
exactly what they. Yeah.
We've given the ball away a bit too not far too much. I would say we've given the ball away 6 or 7 times. I reckon.
And the rest.
I would say a bit more.
We're
maybe
double figures. Yeah.
We'll have a look, but it feels like we are certainly not as incisive and as cool and calm as composed as Chesham have been. And at the moment, I would say that it's Chesham deservedly, just about deservedly. I think Hampton definitely came back into it in the last 10, 15, 20 minutes of that second half. But yep, Chesham 1-0 up at the moment. Generals fans listening in, and the ones that have made the trip up the road. I don't know which road it is. I do not drive anywhere. Well, that would be better than me to say what road they've come up, or various roads. I don't know.
Well, I mean the M25, I suspect, is the obvious route. Here we go. We're getting some thumbs up here from the Beavers faithful. Right, Russ.
But yeah, let's have a look at some of the scores at the moment. There's only one more game in the National League South. It doesn't really affect Hampton just yet because Dover and Dagenham are certainly above them, but it's 0-0 at the moment anyway. But Hampton and Richmond Borough, I mean, one thing we haven't spoken about.
Brief. Sorry, Seb.
Did you? Yeah, Man City lost 3-1. Yeah,
I missed that one earlier on.
Yeah, they've had a couple of tough days, haven't they?
Wow.
The citizens, as they are known by their more older members of their support.
Wow.
Well, Matt, we didn't mention this, and we haven't mentioned this yet, but we will mention it now because we've got a bit of time at half time. This is a game in hand for Hampton here over Enfield and Farnborough, and at the moment we're not making it count because we're going to stay on the same points. As I say that, actually, Chesham, to be fair to them, are still 11th at the moment. Only one. Do you know what? Now then, Matt, this is interesting. Chesham are only at present 1 point behind Maidstone and Maidenhead, right?
Yeah.
And Maidenhead were one of the best teams I've seen at this ground for a long, long time, right? And again, we said it before the game. We weren't disrespectful in any way, shape, or form to Chesham. We said they were 11th, but that we saw this as a part-time team, a fellow part-time team with similar resources. We saw this as a chance to. We've said in recent weeks, Hampton Richmond Borough fans, Torquay, Maidenhead, Dorking, we don't expect necessarily to beat those teams. We could always get points against them, as we proved against Maidstone. But credit to Chesham, maybe we slightly undercooked Chesham in their reputation, because at the moment,
I feel like we've done that a little bit because
apologies, and I mean it's easy to say that when we're losing.
Well, I think it's in the context of just how difficult a run we've been on in terms of opposition, and what we've got coming up. You sort of look at Chesham, and who are a very, very good and strong side, and the reality is we've got others that we're facing that
I mean, they're a couple of points. They're 3 points at the moment ahead of Chelmsford, but Chelmsford have got 2 games in hand due to their FA Cup nature. But the 2 teams I mentioned, Dover and Dagenham, they're 14th and 15th. And then you have to go a long way back now. Now, Hampton are in 21st is where they started the game. And at the moment, they don't look well. They're not going to be able to move out unless they can get in on the score sheet, because even then they've got to come back and try and get a point, and then it's going to be difficult to try and to win. Well, not difficult, but it's going to be harder for them than it would have been at the start of the game. And then now the rain and wind is teeming down, and it's actually coming in here. I haven't been sat in here now for a long time. I don't know if Mark George is listening, if he wants to. I don't know if he's got any covers here, but we should be all right, I think. But there are some specks of. Do you want to, Casey? Could you let Mark know? Just say that there's a lot of rain now, and I'm in the way of the camera here. So there's terrible TV. I always forget sometimes that we're on camera, but there's a lot of rain coming in now. And what we might do for the time being is just dash, or maybe put our. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
the camera's okay. You can still see us, but yeah, it's getting really wet. Mark George, if you are listening, or if anyone has got Mark George's attention. No, I think you'll be. Yeah, maybe. No, because it's got them. I'd leave it for the minute. But yeah, I feel really. This is Mark's equipment. A lot of this is all Mark's brilliant equipment, and this hardy stuff. It's not like getting drenched, but there are the specks of water and liquid are becoming more plentiful. So yeah, Mark George, if you are listening in, can you? Yeah. Oh, I can see him over the other side of the pitch. But then that said, Matt, looking, if you don't know the Bev, across the other side we have got a gantry, right, which is completely open to the elements because the camouflage netting that was up there has been destroyed over the last year or so. So it's got to be wetter and colder up there. Look
at the state of it.
I am not. I feel a bit sorry for the lads that are doing the stream, the internal stream, and Jack Lonergan, who's doing the feed he's doing MixLR. So if you do want to listen to the radio and not listen and watch us plonkers, then you have got the MixLR option, and this is definitely the strongest it's been I've known at the Bev, because I am getting wet. And
you're not doing anything.
I'm not doing anything. I'm trying to do something, and nothing is probably what I'm going to. But I'm going to try and get anyway. Matt, just leave. I'm going to ring Mark quickly and say we're in some bother. So yeah, apologies. I'm just going to take my mic off.
Oh, dearie me. There you go. Well, there you have it. Welcome to a wet beverage.
Absolutely.
It is. Yeah, it's not ideal. It is not ideal. Yeah, so we're trying. That actually, yeah it's not great, is it?
Anyway,
well,
I'm ringing Mark George. Thanks very much for listening and watching. It's a very cold and wet beverage. We're just making sure that we don't get the equipment damaged, because that's more important, or we get electrocuted, because there's a few electrics here. I'm not saying it's streaming in, but it's definitely increased in the last couple of minutes since the players went off, which yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We've got viewers and listeners all over the place, including Brazil, CHESHAM. But yes, it's well, we've gone through that match pretty a lot. I mean, let's be pretty honest. We've done it. We've said it a few times. CHESHAM have been the slightly better team, certainly the better team for the opening half an hour. And then Hampton came into it more, had a couple of half chances, but they did not score, unlike CHESHAM, who are 1-0 in the lead. Alfie Williams, a former Beaver. It's horrible out there, and even the subs, some of the subs are, sort of haunched, and they've got their cuffs in, over their wrists. It is very, very horrible out there, and well, I mean, if it carries on like this, Matt, there's only one option, and they'll have to abandon the game. But no,
especially if we're losing. Here's the man himself.
Matt,
we're a bit
worried about the rain coming in. As long as you're happy, yeah, that's fine. No, I didn't think we could, but I just wanted to let you know, because it's just increased. It's not. Mark's okay. He said, "Don't worry, Mike. As long as you don't break my equipment. If you get electrocuted, it's different." He didn't say that, but no, we're fine. Yeah.
That our Queen of Screen is drinking pints of lime.
No, she's holding.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We're bringing you all the action on and off the pitch here today. The action off the pitch is we're getting quite wet. There's a lot of electrics, because I don't know. I'd like to I'll take a picture actually and show you the wetness, or certainly that we've got a lot of electrics and a lot of equipment to bring you this. This doesn't come magically, but yeah, it's a very interesting.
It's not ideal.
It's not ideal. I'm going to take a picture, and well, actually, I can't actually fit it in because there's so much electrical equipment here. All joking aside, we're okay. It's built for the exterior. Yeah, I was more concerned about Mark's equipment, but yes, hopefully, if we suddenly disappear, then that will be the rain. The rain is teeming down. This is one of the, like I said, me and Matt have done this a number of times over the years, a number of times at different times of the year. I don't think it's ever been as windy in this particular spot.
No, I agree.
And I don't think the rain has ever. We've never been troubled by the rain, I would say. Tonight we are being troubled. The wind is bringing the rain in, and we are starting to get a bit wet, but we will do our very best to bring you all the action here. And I think before we'd realised that we were getting very wet, we were saying that how important it was that Hampton, with the teams in and around them, that they get something from this game tonight. I mean, Matt, I'm not saying for any stretch of the imagination we wouldn't still go out for a win, but if someone offered me a draw now, I might be tempted. But I think we've been good enough to get a couple of goals, by the way. We just need to do it. We can't keep talking
agree.
about it. You
I
know,
agree.
against these teams, these good teams, you sort of go, okay, well, we're playing against a Dorking defence, we're playing against Torquay's defence. We gave them a fright for 5, 10, 15 minutes. But these are the games. These are the games that you've got to get. Certainly home games as well, Matt. You know as well as I. This league is ruthless, relentless,
It is
tough, and we are finding that this season. Like I said, in Douse we trust, and in the way the things have gone, anyone will tell you, including the man himself, I'm sure, that we were big fans of Alan Julian as manager. A change was made. The stats didn't lie, unfortunately, towards the end. The stats really didn't lie, unfortunately. There's definitely been an upturn in performance, but at the moment, this will be... How many games have we had then? We've had under Douse 5, and we've won 1 and drawn 1 and lost 3. At the moment, we're going to have lost 4 of the 6 if it stays as is, which isn't ideal.
No, it's not ideal.
What I would say is we lost 6 or 7 or 8 of the ones before that. So technically it's an improvement, but I think we do need to start seeing something happen, certainly in the goals column. And as a result of that, we'll hopefully be able to get some points.
What's Dow saying now? What's he saying?
He's probably a little bit frustrated that we allowed ourselves to... we allowed Chesham so much, or allow them to perform so well, I would say, because it gave them confidence, Chesham. You know, and they were in the first 2 minutes, they were the better team, weren't they? So it gave them confidence, and we were sloppy in some of the attacking play. We were better in the second half of the first half. I will say that. I don't think he'll be ranting and raving.
No,
but I do think he'll realise that now this team has to come out and give us something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This team is better than what they showed in that first half performance.
There was enough green shoots in that first half, I think, to be optimistic going into the second half.
Yeah. We were getting better.
Yeah, but the reality is, it's got to be better. It's got to be better.
It's got to be
you
better.
Know, if we're going to get anything out of this game, it's got to be better.
Well, if we're going to get anything out of this game and we want to stay up this season, then we are going to have to keep. We can, you know, there's no doubt about it. We played well against Dorking. Did we deserve to win? Probably not. Did we deserve to lose 2-0? I don't think so. 1-0 might have been slightly fairer, because I think we have to think once it went to 2-0, Dorking were like, okay, well, we're not. They didn't shut up shop, but they were like, they weren't on the attack. I think if they were in 3rd, 4th gear, weren't they? They could have gone to 5th if they needed to. But it's interesting times, Hampton and Richmond Borough. If you're a Chesham United fan, on the other hand, you will be extremely happy with your team's performance so far, and your current standing in the table. You're 11th, 1 point behind Maidstone and 1 point behind Maidenhead, who, as I said, when they came here the other week, it was one of the strongest performances I've seen from a National League South side. And Dow said they were the best team he's seen in the league this season, and he's been going to a lot of games before he became Hampton Richmond manager, because Douse loves football and was going to games here, there and everywhere in whatever league and whatever division, and he said Maidenhead were the best team he's seen, and he probably might say that still. Maybe Torquay, I think Torquay, obviously the quality of the Jordan Youngs and the Morgans and the Sonny Blue Evingtons, I'm not just saying that because they're ex-Yeovil Town players, where I was born and bred. They've got good players. And again, we did okay against Torquay, but again we cannot keep looking back on good performances. Sooner or later, I'd rather we played a bit shit. Sorry, I'd rather we played a bit rubbish, a bit beep, and got a win. But the way the weather's going, Matt, it might be one of those games where the ball rebounds off someone's arse or someone slips and does X, Y, Z, but. Because it has not stopped raining in the second half. It hasn't. And it is absolutely chucking it down.
We're now. Chesham have now got they've got the win behind them this second half.
Hey, it's a strong bench, Matt, isn't it? Though?
Yeah, it
Fasten
is.
Made, Kiernan.
He's got options, right?
He's got options.
Crikey,
whether he goes to them straight away. I don't think it was one of those performances it wasn't. I'm not saying.
I don't think he'll make a sub unless it's forced. I don't think he will.
No, Field, who's come back from injury more recently. Ashford, he's played 3 halves of football now for the first time in a while. Potentially, I don't know. There's no one. Yeah, I would give it. You'd give it 10, wouldn't you, Matt?
There's no question about that. you know, you give these players 10 to show what they're made of.
Yeah.
We had a bit of a. Oh no, we're okay.
No, we're okay. There was some shenanigans which you never get at the Beverly. This lovely ground.
Yeah.
This lovely welcoming ground that is the Beverly Stadium. If you've never been, and you should come because it's a great place. I mean, if you haven't been and you're listening, which means you haven't been tonight, you've picked a good night to miss because it is wet and cold, and that we just got a real gust there, like a mini shower.
Deary me.
This is horrible.
This is grim.
This is English football in January. This is Blue Tuesday, following Blue Monday. It certainly is a Blue Tuesday for Hampton Richmond Borough fans. It's certainly not if you're a Chesham fan, and I can see the rain pouring off the railings in front of us, which is quite unusual. Again, but anyway, the Hampton team are going to be the first ones to come out to this torrential rain and blustery cold wind. Really made a mistake not wearing the fleece line trousers tonight from Uniqlo, which have done me proud in many a game over the years. I went foolishly for the slightly thinner North Face ones.
Schoolboy error.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Well, I'm wearing
solid
jeans, which is absolutely.
Yeah.
I've had a Western there, haven't I?
Yeah. See, I haven't worn. Yeah, God, I think I've worn a pair of jeans since COVID.
Really?
No. It's important now. The players and Ryan Augustine, the strength and conditioning coach, has given the Hampton players a bit of a warm-up because they need to come out. They need to come out raring to go because at the moment they are 1-0 down at home to Chesham United in a game that isn't must-win. A game that we said beforehand was nearly must-win, that we really need to win. Just to give, we've got Salisbury away on Saturday, Worthing on Tuesday, Totton. I mean, that's 3 solid, hard games. And again, maybe if we have not given quite enough credit, certainly given their performance in the first half to Chesham, they are 11th in the league now. Oh. Mid-table, no, I was going to say mediocrity, which is not fair on anyone in mid-table because I would snap your hands off again. Then Hampton have been in good positions in recent times. Being mid-table of the National League South, which is hugely competitive, the bulk of the teams are full-time / hybrid. The bulk of the teams have got a lot of money and spending it on good players from below and from above. It is a relentless, tough league, and nowhere does it feel more relentless and tough than on Tuesday at 8:50 on Tuesday the 20th, where the rain is teeming down and Hampton and Richmond Borough at the moment are staring at defeat. But they have got 45 minutes to change that, and they were better the last 10-15 minutes of that second half, Matt. You've only got hope that we carry on.
There's reasons to be optimistic, Seb. Come on, let's go for this, boys. We'll try and stay impartial.
Chesham fans going past here, enjoying their night so far.
They are, and rightly so.
Yeah, rightly so. The game kicks off. The second half kicks off, should I say. It has been...
it is pouring. I know we've mentioned the rain more than once on this watch long.
It's just got worse again.
It's raining heavier now than I think it has all game. There's...
it is horrible.
Yeah.
And there's a pram just going past now. God, that...
Yeah, I'm not. I don't envy her to have a baby here.
It's 385 here tonight this evening. 385.
Okay, that's not too bad.
That's not too bad because it is, as we may have mentioned, it's miserable. It's bloody miserable here. The weather is dreadful. It's horrible, and the players have come out for the second half. The keeper there, good. Is doing the what I don't even know what actually exercise that is, but he's moving his arms and legs a lot. Anyway, free kick.
There's a player down there.
Yeah, there's
a
player.
Player down.
It is as strong as has been the rain and wind tonight. It is definitely not fun at the moment. That said, we go back, Matt, to the times when we couldn't even go and watch football during COVID times. We were able to commentate on most games or some games. Full credit to the 385 people that have turned up tonight.
That's not a bad crowd.
That's not bad for a Tuesday night.
Things,
Considering there's Champions League.
Yeah.
and all that malarkey on as well. Next week slightly easier. There's no games in London apart from Barnet, I think. Although, Matt, I will just quickly say this.
Go on.
The club received a letter the other day that was written in very big, you know, those sort of letter envelopes you see with like the writing all over it, and it looked a bit suspicious, if anything.
Yeah.
I was wary about opening it because I was helping him Mark in there, and it was a letter from someone in let's just say in the northwest, Manchester. I'll just say it, who was writing to tell us that Hampton and Richmond Borough was not in London.
Right.
That was it. That was literally the letter. That was literally the letter that someone had posted to send to us.
What,
anyway,
on the basis that he's saying, or he or she is saying,
I don't know. That was
it's
it.
in Middlesex.
Well, essentially, probably, and we may have said that Hampton and Richmond Borough was in London on Twitter, or maybe he listens in. I don't know. If you're listening in from Manchester and you wrote a very strongly worded letter to the football club in some very strange handwriting. That would definitely be analysed or looked at for a future Netflix documentary. True crime, maybe.
If the individual is listening or watching in, I would Google the history of Middlesex.
Yeah.
And then you will realise.
There's a lot going on. I would say that we are one of London's non-league clubs. I don't care. It's fine anyway. We need to say that because it also helps.
We're not in Surrey.
Yeah, well, exactly.
So therefore,
We're Hampton and Richmond. Hampton and Richmond is the last stop on the underground. We are in Hampton technically, but that's fine. Anyway, we are digressing slightly because the rain has definitely quietened down the players' efforts on the pitch. So sorry if you're thinking, what the hell are these guys talking about? We're 3 or 4 minutes into the second half, and Reece Gregor-Cox tried to find Harry Gardner, but he does get the ball back from a poor pass from Alfie Williams on the edge of the box. He tries to find Vaz. The first real flurry of attacking intent from either team in this torrential downpour here. This is definitely one of the wettest I've seen it. I've got to say the pitch is holding up brilliantly, and that is for 2 reasons. We relayed it properly and everything with sprinklers and all that malarkey in the summer, and we also reseeded it when we were. And I think there might be a yellow card there, or is he getting a spray out from his back pocket? But the weather is dreadful, so that's probably why we digressed ever so slightly in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the second half. It is absolutely horrible. The fact that the people behind us have left their seats tells you everything, because we're on the front row. We always say that it's brilliant to be sat here on the front row. We got the proper view and stuff like that. But I tell you what, already I hope there's some soup or something.
I'm
there.
actually really cold.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie. I'm actually struggling. I'm struggling to talk.
Yeah. Anyway, Harry Gardner, right hand side, swings the ball in. It goes. Ooh, that was close to the keeper. It was one of those crosses that ends up being a shot, but not big enough or not strong enough to be a shot. But yeah, that's the first real flurry of attacking intent and adventure from the Beavers. Done well there in midfield, but we've lost the ball again. But Sayers wins it back, and it's well cleared by Lacey, who has to be said has done extremely well since he arrived at the football club. Lacey on loan from Oxford United, did play for Oxford City early on in the season, and has done extremely well. Popped up with a couple of goals as well, hasn't he? So yeah, done extremely well, and it's difficult to come into certainly a struggling team as we were when he came in. I mean, we technically are still struggling. This at the moment looks like being the 4th out of the 6 defeats for Hampton and Richmond Borough, but there's still a long way to go. But yeah, I would classify that we're struggling with 3 defeats. There's context to all that because we played some very good sides and lost to 3 very good sides. But at the moment, and not to say Chesham aren't a good side, they are a good side, as we've seen tonight, because they are 1-0 up. And the ball's
good value for it.
The ball's pinging around the centre midfield, but it's gone a bit further forward this time on the right hand side. The cross comes into the box, and it's well cleared by Lacey, and it needed to be because
that was a very, very
because I think it was Lynch again. He was hovering.
He was waiting, wasn't he? Oh dear.
Reece Cox. The ball is not sticking for Hampton again. Starting in the second half, as it pretty much went on. Let's say even Reece Gregor-Cox Massey has completely misjudged the ball.
Yeah, he's off.
I mean, that was fortunate.
Well,
because you could argue that as he's played the ball,
he
was offside because technically, when the ball was passed forward, he was in an offside position.
To be fair to Massey, I think he was expecting the referee to blow his whistle, and he almost.
You're going to be kind to him there. Yeah, I would. To be fair, because Massey's a lovely bloke.
He is, and I love his. We do, and I love his socks.
We sponsor his kit, but yeah.
Find me a better pair of socks.
That's not a bad touch from Chesham, but Hampton and Richmond Borough on the counter.
That's good.
Field, forward, Gardner, forward, pressing, but there's a bank of 6 or 7. here. Field crosses the ball in, but it's it's not good enough again from the cross. And that's disappointing, Matt, isn't it? Because we worked ourselves up into a decent position, and Paul Field's disappointed with himself. I can see it on his face. I'm not criticising Paul Field and slagging him off by any stretch. It was disappointing. It was a poor ball.
It was.
He knows that because he's better than that, but he is coming back from injury as well. I would say in the first half of the season he's just raised his eyes to the heavens again, so he knows himself that he's not good enough. But I would say Paul Field was certainly one of the top 3 or 4 players of Hampton before he got injured. He was doing. He was excellent, and he gave Hampton. We're just getting some back. But who can forget Paul Field's goal against Dagenham and Redbridge? I can forget it because I wasn't here. I was bloody at Brentford that day.
I remember it well.
One of the moments of the season, for sure. But Hampton is in the borough of Richmond upon Thames, which is a London borough. We are in London. Thank you very much, Alpha Wave 2000. So justification.
That's a pretty mental thing to do, to send a letter.
I'm
intrigued.
I probably shouldn't have mentioned it, but it was cold and wet. And nothing was happening on the pitch. You missed nothing at that point, and nothing has really happened there. The ball just goes out easily for a ball punted long, goes out for a Hampton and Richmond Borough goal kick. 52 minutes played. It's Hampton and Richmond Borough with 0, Chesham United 1.
I think Hampton have started the second half quite brightly, to be honest.
That was a bit of a tricky foul. Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. We're doing all right. I mean, the final pass has been poor, but we look like we've got a spring in our step.
Weather.
The weather is...
It's ridiculous.
I mean, it looks like there's a fire. There's so much rain coming down. It looks like smoke.
Literally just rained all over me. It's literally that. As soon as I said that, the wind is... This is honestly the worst. Oh, no. We've done this dozens of times, and this is the worst weather by far. Front row seats at the Bev, not ideal today. Anyway, we'll do our best.
There literally is no one behind us.
There's no one behind us. 3 rows behind us. So
Faz has done really
well.
Faz
has done really well, but it's well tackled. I've got to say, Chesham have always come back and defended extremely well at any of these points. I think even Jake, who was doing the Twitter, has
he's gone.
He's gone.
He's had enough.
His laptop was getting a pasting. Casey's doing the screen. The scoreboard, has got her laptop, and I think even the voice of the Bev has taken his mic and made it mobile, which I do not blame him at all. Anyway, Hampton and Richmond Borough are on the attack in treacherous conditions here at the Beverley Stadium. I was only half joking at half time, but if it carries on like this, surely the ball isn't sticking or anything like that at the moment. I was only messing.
Yeah.
But if it carries on like this for much longer, that said, the pitch has been brilliant all season and has held up extremely well. And Matt, we've been at Hampton for 10, 12 years now. We've seen some pitches that have cut up from the first minute when the weather's not even been that good. The pitch is nowhere near looking like cutting up at any point, is it?
It looks fantastic.
It looks magnificent.
Yeah, there's no standing water at all. It's not looking like... I mean, I can barely see any divots. It's fantastic. Honestly.
And that's not because of the rain. And again, we've got the floodlights right in front of us, so it obviously highlights the rain a lot more. And it really is absolutely miserable. Anyway, corner for Hampton and Richmond Borough in all this. It's hard to see the other side. The rain's teaming down so hard. Left-hand side, massive free header. I think he headed it back. He was slightly misjudged. It looks like another corner for Hampton and Richmond Borough. That's corner number 5. Now. Come on, Beavers. Come on. Let's make this count, for goodness sake. Let's not let us get wet and cold. For 383 of us get wet and cold on this lovely night along the Thames. But corner number 5, I think it is, for Hampton and Richmond Borough. Far side, Sam Deadfield, outswinger. It's well dealt with by Chesham. You can see why this team are the 11th in the league, can't you, Matt? Taylor Clark on the right-hand side, still got the ball though. Swings the ball in the cross goal. It looked like Sam Ashford was going to get it. Vaz doesn't quite get hold of it.
That's a great cross.
Looks like there's going to be a couple of subs in a minute, and it looks like a St Albans. Why am I thinking St Albans? Oh, well done. Paul Field's done all right there in the end, but Chesham are on the attacks. They had 2v1, but Paul Field, by hook or by crook.
I don't know why he's let that bounce there.
No, I don't think so, but he has, and but he did make up for it. So, as even I do when I play 5-a-side, which has been a long time coming. I know you play weekly, Matt. Even if you lose the ball, and I say it to my daughter as well, 14 years old, if you lose the ball, you just got to try and win it back. And if you can win it back, great. If you can't, but at least try. And Paul Field did it then.
He did.
But to be fair to Chesham, they've been passing the ball around again very nicely in midfield, and I think you've got to say, it's a lovely little run from Rasulo, and he tries to thread through the winger. He's offside. He does go down. Half-hearted appeals for a penalty, but he's offside, so it was irrelevant anyway, whether that was a foul.
Looked like it.
It didn't. I'll be honest.
I think
I'll be honest.
If he was onside, I think the referee would be.
I am cold, but yeah. There was a rush of blood throughout my body then, because it looked like,
I think that had been given.
Yes, it would have been if he wasn't offside. But he was the linesman flagged long before that. But anyway, Lacey, I say long before, a couple of seconds, 3-4 seconds before. Sam Deadfield, Chesha's in the centre of the park now. Out on the wing now, Paul Field, he's got to get a good cross in. He goes to the byline. Better, but still not good enough. This time,
that's a great tackle.
Great tackle from Aaron Lacey. Shot from Charlie Sayers. It's a brilliant block from Chesham, and I think that sums it up. It's a really well drilled shot, but it's a great block from the Chesham midfielder who goes to ground, blocks it. I've got to say, Lacey's
he's
lost
to do that.
Yeah, Vice. He's done a few of them, hasn't he? He did that one where. He's pulled Massey down, but he said they pulled each other down. To be fair, but Vice has got lovely feet as well as that. Yeah, but as we said, we recognised him. St Albans. That's where I got St Albans in my head. Where I said it earlier on, but it's
Chesham sub by looks of it.
They're doing well, aren't they, Chesham? I got to say, they're doing well. Do you know what? When they bring the ball out, they bring it out with purpose and they bring it out with confidence, and I think that's something that we're obviously lacking at the moment.
Yeah.
But yes, attack now from Chesham as I say that. But Paul Field will run the ball out here, and the number 20 won't get any quarter. I think that's not the word. Anyway, you know what I mean. Won't. Anyway, it's a substitution for Chesham, and as I say that, the number 20 who was involved there is coming off. Our team sheets are soaking.
Mine's actually stuck to the
team sheet. Number 20, Roberts is coming off for
Lafleur.
Alex Lafleur, the wonderfully named Alex Lafleur is coming on. We are absolutely
wet and cold.
Yeah. Christ Almighty!
Blimey,
I don't want to keep saying the same thing. This is not unlike anything. I'm trying to think of an away game that if we've been to any away games that's been anything like this.
Chelmsford away. We've been.
We've also
been. I remember Welling away. That was the hottest.
That's the hottest game I've ever been to.
I've ever been to in my life.
It was 36, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
too hot for football. Too hot for drinking at football.
Yeah, well, we gave a good go at it, but it was definitely
drinking alcohol. I mean, anyway, so there's been a sub here for Hampton and Richmond Borough. Craig Fasamade's come on for Edwino Vaz. Now that is a strong substitution. I mean, Vaz not quite as strong as he has done as he did the other day, but he's certainly offered glimpses. And I think who else is coming off? No, we're not. We are going to make another sub, or are we not?
There's two subs by the
looks like Brendan Kiernan's coming on at the moment for Paul Field.
Yep.
Who limps ever so gingerly, so maybe that is a little bit enforced. But he has. That's over 3 minutes of football. He's 3 minutes, 3 halves of football that Paul Field's played now. So that's good. So we've got Fasamade and Brendan Kiernan on the wings here now with Ashford.
That's a signal of content. You've taken off both fullbacks and brought on
wingers, proper wingers. So we've gone back to. We might have gone to a back 4 then maybe, or back 3. Anyway, Brendan Kiernan straight into the action. That's a wonderful ball, the best of the game from a Hampton perspective. But it is well dealt with Chesham. What a ball that was, man! Oh, what a tackle that was from Massey. That's a foul on Massey as well.
Superb from Massey.
Do you know what? He won that brilliantly. Massey captain in the quite far ahead, but what a brilliant tackle! And in this weather, he slid something proper, didn't he?
It's so nice to watch, isn't it? Oh, it's so nice to watch when a defender does that.
What's that?
Slid in, superb tackle.
Another sub in a minute.
Another sub.
19's coming off for.
Oh my lord.
Chesham. Which is McClure, and he's coming
19
off for
McClure.
Ollie Ady. Now that's a good. That's dangerous.
Ex-Beaver.
Good sub. Good sub. Well, we've had an ex-Beaver score already tonight. There's also another one in Zach Joseph as well. So let's hope. So we've had a flurry of substitutions in the last few minutes, and where are we time-wise, Matt?
We are about 58.
I would say.
Come up in a minute.
We're waiting. obviously correctly. Casey is putting the substitutions up for the.
I'm going to say 56. No,
61.
61.
61. Oh
Time
dear.
flies when you're
Sam
wet and
Deadfield
cold.
floats the ball into the box, but it's well dealt with again. Do you know what, Matt?
They've been equal to everything.
Pretty much everything, haven't they? Let's be brutally honest. Hampton have had a couple of half chances, which they've created themselves rather than, any. But they've dealt with everything pretty well, I've got to say, so far. And they are the 11th in the league, and they were 1 point behind. 385. The attendance being announced there. You got this a bit earlier because you are lucky. We're less lucky in these conditions. The team sheet is so wet, it's stuck to the table.
It's pointless to even.
And that's on the desk in front of us. So we're a little bit further away from the camera than we normally would be. But every little helps in these inclement conditions. But yes, it's 1-0 to Chesham. And at the moment, the Generals will be heading back up the road, wet but victorious. But there is half an hour to go. And we've just seen a glimpse of what Brendan Kiernan can do. And I think it's fair to say, Matt, we would like, there was a lot of high hopes, and he hasn't played football for all this season until he came and joined Hampton. But
yeah, he's
played not just in the league above, but he's played in the league above that as well.
Well, he's been at Walsall.
Where
else has he been?
Harrogate.
Yep.
Grimsby.
Yep.
Maidenhead last year. He scored 5 in 10 games last year to when they tried to stay up.
He looks a lot lean, doesn't he? He looks very lean.
He does. He's just a match sharpness, and there's definitely a really, really good player in there anyway. So hopefully, but the ball's flicked in from a throw in. Chesham not having as many forays going forward at the moment, but looking still pretty calm and composed. And Craig Fassamade right in front of us. Lacey, who's probably been... Matt, who would you say has been Hampton's best player? I would say Lacey's looked quite good defensively and he's offered quite a bit going forward. I think
he's played well. I think Clark's played well in the middle of the park. I think Massey's looked good.
Brilliant play from Kiernan there. Brilliant play. Oh, it goes towards the end of the box. Reece Grego-Cox has done extremely well to win the ball back. Kiernan, he shoots, and it's well saved. The keeper came out brilliantly.
That's a great save.
The keeper was good for sure, but it looked for a moment, it was well worked. Reece Grego-Cox, brilliant play. He's had a good game, probably the second best player.
Yeah, agreed.
Laid it out to Brendan Kiernan, who was put through on goal, but the keeper, the starting position was superb. The block was superb. Corner number 6 for Hampton. Brendan Kiernan's made a difference as he's come on. Probably would like to make a bit more of a difference, and it's a header over there from the corner from Lacey, I think it was. Hampton are starting, if not to knock on the door, they're starting to get very close to the door. To knock.
They
to use a terrible analogy.
We're looking more. Well, we're on top this second half.
We are.
There's no question.
We're
20 minutes in with a better side.
They just look very solid, but we have found a few little gaps, haven't we, in recent moments here. But that was a chance, and arguably one that a fit and firing Brendan O'Kiernan. I've given him an Irish background there. Brendan Kiernan would have taken normally, but he's just come on the pitch. I got to say it was a bloody good rush out from the keeper. I've got to say, I would probably give more credit. 70% the keeper credit, 30% did. Fassamade tries to keep it in, but it's that's a lovely little pass out, but it's well won back by Lacey, but not. Sam Deadfield misses the challenge now, and Lynch, who's actually looked really solid, hasn't he? Oh, Lacey has got the most blatant yellow card there. Now, Matt, was there any need for that? Because it's not like he was on his own.
I think it's frustration.
Yes, because there was a defender in front of him and a defender behind him.
The short answer, it was silly.
I don't think there was any need to bring him down and get a yellow card.
No need. Really no need at all.
My phone's playing silly buggers, so hopefully I haven't done anything with YouTube at the moment. But if you have left any comments, it's hard to see. My phone is soaking wet. Jamie Aaron Jackson, come on boys, we can grab an equaliser. Come on Hampton, we can do it. Come on boys, banging a couple of goals. At the moment, those answers and comments are not being answered correctly by Hampton and Richmond Borough as we enter we have done 2/3 of this game now. Alfie Williams with a free kick swings it in. It's not very good, and it's well cleared by Sam Deadfield, but once again Chesham retain control of the ball. ball long and hard, but it's well dealt with by Aaron Lacey, who, like I said, has been one of probably Hampton's best player, alongside Rhys Grego-Cox. So I think we have to give a shout out, who's been run his socks.
He's worked hard up there.
He's run his Rhys Grego-Cox off.
Yeah.
That's bad now, and I've just said that. I realised that. You can't run your... I was trying to make a joke about socks, not the C word. Anyway, Alan Massey, who's done very well there to get the ball back. But Hampton and Richmond Borough are going to have to find a way back into this game, because with a third of the game left, they are a goal down here to Chesham United, who, it has to be said, had the better of the first half. Hampton have been the better team in the second half, with only one real clear chance. That's a lovely ball. That's Flock swung in, and what happened there? The ball was swung in brilliantly by Charlie Sayers. It was headed away by the Chesham defender, and in so doing took it away from Harry Gardner, who in the process tried to backheel volley it, because I think he was just trying to get anything
just
on it.
Behind him, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I'm not having a go at him. I'm saying it was quite ingenuity at the time, but it was also a lot to ask. And the ball goes all the way out for throw-in to Hampton, because it came off Chesham header. Ball thrown in. Alan Massey wins that header, but the header goes off, and it's still kept in. Gardner lays the ball back, but it's well dealt with again by Chesham. And do you know what, Matt? When they clear it, they don't just clear it to no one. They clear it to a player, and then they create something, and now they're on the attack down the other end.
That's a great ball.
I've got to say, I've been very impressed with this Chesham side. I have to say.
I have.
And that might also be me not quite giving them the credit they were due, and looking at I think it was more the part-time nature, not looking at the table and going, they're there for a reason. And they've shown tonight. At the moment, they're showing why they're 11th in the table and only a point behind real good teams in certainly Maidstone, but in Maidenhead, So credit where it's due to the Generals. They have been very impressive tonight. Hampton got Brennan Keenan's judged to be offside. Too keen there. As the time starts to tick away now. We've got 22 minutes left, I imagine, in what has been... The rain has definitely eased off ever so slightly. The wind hasn't, and it's still cold and it's still wet. But I'm just glad we can do something useful and not to be cold and wet. At least we're doing something useful, I would say, Matt.
My feet are absolutely freezing.
I remember I took my...
oh my God.
I had my Gore-Tex bloody Solomon trainers this morning. Did I bring them with me? No.
I'm wearing a pair of Specials, and they're definitely not what I mean.
Oh well, no, they're leather though, aren't they?
They are leather,
yeah, but they're cold. But then the water gets on the leather and makes it. Yeah. Oh, bit of shoe chat there. Me and Matt are always having a chat about shoes and stuff like that. But at the moment, we'd like to be chatting about Hampton getting a way back into this game. But at the moment, whilst we are, like I said, we're walking towards the door. We're not knocking on the door at the moment. We're walking towards the door, but Chesham are definitely holding us back. Rhys Grego-Cox has done really well there. He wanted a foul, but he's not been given one. Fasamade does win the ball back here, and it's just going to bounce off for a goal kick. Kind of sums up Hampton's night a little bit there, doesn't it, Matt? That little way it sort of bounced and then bounced off again. Yeah. Better second half, Matt. I think if you're better...
Yeah.
Better.
No, quite considerably better, actually, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've nullified them, to be honest. They've had no
going forward, but
yeah, it's just, once again, it's that final ball, and it's the finishing. It's, come on.
I would say that when you say that, you mean like in the final third for Chesham, don't you?
Correct.
Then they've got well to get up to that point, and Vice has done a few nice things, and they passed the ball out nicely from the back and things like that. But yeah, you're right. They haven't had in the final third. They haven't had anything as clear cut as Hampton have. But Hampton, apart from Kiernan, there's been a few bobbles around the box. We've probably only had Kiernan, really, haven't we? Again, it's just that. It's just it's a tad concerning. I think you hang your hat on when you play teams of the quality of your Dawkins, and especially when you're a team down the other end of this end of the table, which is the 21st, whatever. When you're playing teams in the upper echelons, if not the echelons, then you do get a bit. You do look at other fixtures and go, "Ooh," but like I said, that's very good from Grego-Cox. Probably been the best player for Hampton and Richmond Borough now. Sam Ashford has not seen as much of the ball. Oh, the keeper tried to clear it, and it's hit the back of Sam Ashford. The Chesham players are demanding it offside, and they're not going to get it. But yeah, that was a little bit of a break. But again, has it got the incision? Has it got the clinicalness? Has it got the pace and power that we've seen, or we need to see to get a goal back? You know, the best goal the goal that broke the deadlock here was one of Williams just turning inside, and then just the pace and precision and power and speed. We look ever so slightly. We don't really have that. We haven't had that in this game as much. But like I said, we have been the better team this second half without much to show. And the number 17 has just gone for goal there. That's probably the first half chance for Chesham in the second half after 72 minutes. Not to say they've sat back by any stretch of imagination, but Hampton have kept them at bay. To Hampton's credit, we've given Chesham a lot of credit for keeping Hampton at bay in this game. Hampton have done the likewise in the second half for sure, and relying on the 17 Adebayo to have a shot from distance which went high and wide. And Hampton on the attack now. Brennan Kiernan's that's going to be given a foul all day long there. It's one of those ones where the wingers running behind the defender, and any contact's going to make the defender go down. Matt, we're on 73rd minute now. Do we need to see? Do we need to see a bit? Do we need to see another change from Hampton? It just feels like the last few minutes is just sort of since that Kiernan chance was a good 6 or 7 minutes ago, I would say, wouldn't you? Yeah,
I mean, I'd be. The thing is,
who have you got on the bench?
Ironic. Well, I mean, you got Greenidge, who's not we've not seen much of since he signed. You know, I'm not convinced the change needs to happen up top. Actually, I think there's enough there. I think, you know, Gregor Cox has made a very, very good cat himself. You know, maybe you do go all out and you bring on Greenidge for.
That's a great ball from Williams out to number 3, who goes, and it's well blocked by Aaron Lacey, well recovered, who's defended very well tonight. But from nothing, I say from nothing, in that passing move there, Chesham showed as much. I'm trying to think of the word. Precision, clinicalness, and pace and power in that one move there than probably Hampton have done, apart from the Kiernan chance, you know, and they haven't had much to do. They haven't had a chance to do that in the second half. There's definitely a gap in confidence, a gap in familiarity here. Whether Hampton can bridge that remains to be seen. But the ball swings around from a corner and it sort of misses everyone. I think the wind took that a little bit. But it was a good work by Alfie Williams, who I've got to say he's looked good at the moment. With the goal as well, you probably call him man of the match. I've been pretty impressed with Weiss as well. Weiss and I think Lench has been very good for Chesham as well. I think Adebayo's done very well defensively.
Who's it's Lench, sorry, 28, not 18.
28, yeah,
he's had a good game.
But yes, 15 minutes to go if you're listening, and thanks very much for listening. Thanks very much for making it worth me and Matt getting wet. Because if there wasn't anyone listening, we would have definitely have stopped doing this by now. The weather has eased off ever so slightly, but Kiernan's lost the ball there, and that's a bit of a shame. Massey has lost his man there, pulled him back, but the referee has to blow that back and book Massey. He let the advantage. You've got to give credit to the referee there. He let it put the advantage, or what he assumed was an advantage. It soon became clear there was no advantage.
That's good refereeing.
Good refereeing, actually, and he's been quite particular, I would say, but not in a.
Well, it's not been a dirty game, and I think
not
he's
in an annoying
how
way.
Many yellows?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, five.
It's not been a dirty game.
How many yellows have we been?
I think
I'm asking Katie because she's done the screen for him. I think it's 3 or 4.
It's got to be at least.
Well, I tell you what, the referee is the complete opposite of the referee the other day. Let's just leave it at that.
That was
4. It's only 4.
4.
Yeah. By the way, what you do want from referee is not to notice him, and I haven't noticed him too much. It's only when he's put the yellow card in his pocket.
Yeah.
I think he set himself up a bit of a marker by giving Charlie Sayers that quite early. No, not Charlie Sayers, Weiss.
Yeah, correct. Which actually wasn't a yellow, should I say?
It looks like it might be a throw-in down here, or is it a corner to Chesham? It looks like a corner, actually. No, throw-in, long throw. In the 75th minute, the Generals have been in the lead. Actually, when was the minute? I didn't actually write that down on my notes. The ball goes in, it goes behind for a corner for Chesham, and at the moment, apart from a brief flurry after Kiernan came on. We haven't seen much of at all, if anything, of Fasamade, and I'm not blaming him that he hasn't had any of the ball, but 21st minute, didn't he? He scored Alfie Williams, and pretty much he has been the best player on the pitch as well as that. He's done some great midfield work, scored a clinical, brilliant goal. But it's a corner for Chesham, and they're looking to probably put this game to bed here. But it's well headed clear by Sam Deadfield. An important header that was. Weiss finds at the wing, but that's a mistake there from, I think it was Lench, wasn't it, again? But yeah, apart from that flurry when Kiernan came on, that's a pretty risky ball back to... that's well done from Taylor Clark. Not seen much of him in this half, Matt, I would say, though. Clark.
No, he's been quieter, actually.
Yeah. Ashford, that's asking a lot from Ashford there against. But anyway, as I say that, he's bursting down the wing, and I tell you what, it's a lovely burst of energy. Come on, Clarkey, make up for it. Crosses the ball, and it looked like it was going to find Rico Cox. Sam Deadfield should have shot, but he won't shoot, and he takes too long, and it's defended and cleared. And it's cleared away again by Chesham. We've been brilliant this half. Not this half, this game. Just getting rid of the ball.
That was brilliant from Gardner, by the way.
Gardner's won the ball back. Hampton on the attack now. Lacey. What ball brilliantly won back by Harry Gardner, as Matt says. Lacey's going to swing the ball in. That's not a bad ball, actually, and it nearly found Rhys Grugger-Cox. But once again, Chesham have headed it clear and cleared their lines. So, got to say, very impressed with this Chesham team. Gardner being one of the brighter sparks. Kiernan on the left-hand side. That's a lovely ball towards Sam Ashford. Maybe there was a better option behind him. There wasn't. The ball's bobbing around, and it is not falling kindly for Hampton and Richmond Borough in that box at the moment. But there's definitely been an increase in the gears. Sayers to back post towards Fasamade, and it goes all the way through to Lacey. Hampton are starting to knock on the door now. But as I say that, Lacey goes to cross the ball, misses it, and it goes out for a goal kick. Better, though, from Hampton, but we're going to need to see more than that because... and it's one of those goalkeeper substitutions. Goalkeeper injuries, should I say.
Yeah, the fake ones, under pressure, go down.
Yeah.
It is. I saw something the other day where someone, I think it might have been Tony, who's the QPR? Tony Incenzo?
Yeah. Tony Incenzo. The one who he's been to like 1,000 games.
Huge advocate of non-league football. If you don't follow him on Twitter, I would encourage you to do so. But he was tweeting the other day about, or not tweeting, whatever it is now on X, about this issue in the game.
He probably shouldn't be doing that.
No. And he said he thinks that there should be because obviously the goalkeeper can't go off.
No.
Hence why the goalkeeper goes down.
And
he said he thinks the captain should go off for 60 seconds after the goalkeeper gets injured. So
someone said this though, and then it was him that said it, was it? I did see that, and then I saw a reply say, but why don't they just make all the goalkeepers captains?
Well, I mean, that's a very bad.
That's the only flaw in it, but it's a massive flaw.
Look, this isn't against Chesham.
By the way,
he's not injured. He's not injured. He's not injured at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones that all clubs do, and you can hear the reaction of the Hampton fans behind us. Hampton had a flurry for a good 2 minutes of attacking pressure and poise and purpose, and the keeper seems okay now.
It is frustrating in this modern game.
Hey, it's in the modern game, and it isn't just...
It's not just Chesham.
Jeez Louise, I mean, it's happening. It's terrible.
It's a really, really poor...
Some of the stuff you see in the Premier League where
it's
so obvious.
It's cheating. Like the goal, it's cheating.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I don't think it's tactical. I do think
game management. They call it, Matt. They call it.
You're going down. I mean, look. Don't get me wrong.
We'd have done if we were 1-0 up at Chesham.
Yeah, we'd have done the same probably. I don't like it.
No. But it's become an accepted part of the game. I think is what the problem is.
Yeah.
And that everyone does it. And it's really frustrating when it's against you, of course. But then it's the keeper's pretending to do he's getting some jeering. He's pretending. That is not Craig Fasamande's been blown up there for a push in the back, but it did not look like it. Matt, last 10 minutes here. We're going to need something, and we're going to need something quick, because at the moment, Hampton and Richmond Borough are going to lose 1-0 to Chesham, or losing 1-0 to Chesham United unless anything drastic changes, and that'll be a real disappointment for Hampton and Richmond fans.
Yeah,
and
I can't see. Well, let's hope I'm wrong. Let's hope I'm tempting fate here. I can't see it. I can't see us getting a goal, but you never know.
Brendan Kiernan's given the ball away. Chesham on the attack now. Adebayo, he loves his shot. The big defender. He loves the shot, and he went for goal there, but it's blocked, and it goes out for throw-in, and the ball is in completely the wrong place for Hampton Richmond Borough. It's in the final third of their defence. Their final third of the pitch for Chesham, and they're on the attack, and they are winning 1-0. The Generals are winning 1-0 here. Credit where it's due, Matt. We might. Oh, that's a lovely throw, but it goes straight to the keeper. To be fair,
he's got to be quicker.
Matt, what would you say at the moment then? Out of 10, what would you give this Hampton performance? Out of 10,
6.
6.5. I would. Yeah.
That's a
Sam Ashford has done extremely well there. Crosses the ball, drills the ball, but it's well defended again by Adebayo. Sam Ashford's done brilliantly there, but it's well defended again by Adebayo. Well done, son. I've got to say, credit where it's due. They have defended brilliantly. Alan Massey with a brilliant tackle. He's on a yellow, remember?
What a tackle.
What a tackle. Harry Gardner lost the ball in towards Fasamade, who shoots! And that is a brilliant save. That's the best chance of the match for Hampton and Richmond Borough. It was a brilliant lofted ball from Harry Gardner. Fasamade had the goal gaping. He hit it on the side foot volley. It was at close range, but it was brilliantly saved. And we have to say as well, let's not forget, as well as they defended, Goods made 2 excellent saves in this second half.
He has. I think this is quite a bad injury, Seb.
Yeah, he did go down.
He went down, and he
went straight away. He was trying to beckon someone on during that move. And credit to the referee, he allowed the game to continue.
He's hitting the ground in a lot of frustration here, the Chesham.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It was Harry Gardner.
Is it Lynch?
Well, he's sat up now, so maybe it's not quite so bad as it.
But Matt, I would say that was a bigger chance than the Kiernan chance.
Yeah, it was, Seb.
Because he's closer. It's Fasamade, who we've seen him score goals similar to that.
Should have scored, right? Should have scored.
I think you're right.
Look, let's not beat around the bush. He should have scored.
He's got to put it either side of the keeper.
There's a reason why he's out there and we're sat here, so I'll always caveat this. But
no, he's got to put it either side of the keeper.
He's got to bury that. Yeah.
Is it closer than what it looks, Matt? And it's right in front of him, but I would agree. I thought that was in. My raised voice.
Yeah, he's the fella that's down is.
We've had a good comment here, and actually we must. Hopefully this may be true or maybe not. But in all fairness, Jimmy the General, Ben Good does have dodgy ankles. I'm not saying it is that, but his ankles do need to be looked at times. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he has played quite well. And
he's kept Chesham in this game.
And the fact that we should have just scored then meant it hasn't disrupted us that much. So, but that was the best chance of the game for Hampton and Richmond Borough. That was bigger than the Kiernan chance, maybe. Maybe Kiernan. I don't know. We'll see. We'll look at the replays. Maybe Kiernan might have been slightly stronger because he was further out and he had a chance to be a bit wider. The keeper's come out brilliantly again. You've got to say he's made 2 excellent saves in this second half. Whichever way you look at it. Whether the players should have hit the target or whatever, or sorry, not hit the target, hit either side of them.
The referee's got to get a hold of this. What's he doing?
There's something going. Well, we had a drop ball because we got the referee. No, there's substitutions here for Chesham United, and does it look like?
Why are they taking so long? But the problem is the ref's not. He's not taking charge. Tell him what they've got to do.
He's just holding the ball, and the players are asking him. Number 31 for Williams, Alfie Williams, probably been the best player on the pitch today, I'd say. It's going to go off to be replaced by number 7. Isan. With 5 minutes to go, we're probably going to have 3 or 4 minutes injury time.
Yeah,
maybe 2 or 2, maybe 2 or 3.
I think it will be a few, yeah.
Do you reckon?
Well, that was about a 2.
There's another sub coming on here as well, which I think is it's the one that went down. Sorry, the player who we did think was quite seriously injured has just come back on. Thank you, Casey. Offside there for Chesham. But Matt, we've got 5 minutes here, Matt. 5, maybe 3 injury time. But Hampton and Richmond Borough have to get something in this game because the 1-0 defeat.
Yeah, it's not going to help. It's
certainly not going to help, and it's not ideal. Not ideal in any way, shape, or form, given the current predicament. A game in hand on a few of the teams around them would have been nice to get some points on the board. We still can. But you have to say at the moment, this has all the hallmarks of a solid away performance, a solid professional away performance by Chesham. With not a little bit of flair as well, I've got to say. But I've got to say they've been brilliant in defence.
Yeah, they have.
Very good in midfield.
Well, they have been very good, and even more so this second half.
Brendan Kiernan finds the ball on the edge of the box, finds Sam Ashford, whose touch is too heavy, and he gives the ball away. We mentioned Matt. He did this in the first 5 minutes. He gives the ball away. He's just too aggressive, if you know what I mean. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't.
No, I know what you mean.
It's just that was a bit silly. He lost the ball.
I think he
give away a free kick and
a fairly frustrating. I think he'd be frustrated tonight.
He did not play as well as he did the other day.
No,
that's for sure.
You can tell.
But he did play very well the other day.
He did.
He's the archetypal 6 out of 10 tonight, isn't he?
Yeah.
And again, by the way, he's not the only one. And the 6 out of 10 performance. Rhys Gregor-Cox, I'd give him an 8.
He's had a good game. Yeah.
Harry Gardner 7.
Lacey definitely a 7.
7. Clark, Deadfield maybe a 6 each. He looked like he was offside then, Fasamani, but he did go back on side. But then again, it's mopped up brilliantly. This back 4-5 for
who's 15?
Chesham.
Young.
They look solid, and they know they all know exactly what they're doing. Credit where it's due. Brendan Kiernan misses the ball there. If he does go and win it back. Oh, Steward, get Steward. We need some help. Sorry, there's just a bit of an. It's okay. I think that someone's fallen behind us. It's nothing too serious as far as I can see. I mean, it is insanely slippy here. Hopefully, there's nothing. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to sit down. Sorry, just apologies there.
Okay.
You crack. It is very cold and very wet here, unfortunately. And the guy's just sat behind us. Sorry, apologies there if you are watching. The gentleman has just slipped in this. Yeah, it's very, very, very cold and wet here tonight. And at the moment, Matt, it's
not looking like we're going to get anything out of this.
No,
is it?
You did say it a few minutes ago. I'd love you to be proved wrong, and
So
I'm
would
sure
I.
would you love to be proved wrong, of course.
Would I. No more.
But like I said, more and more, and increasingly so, it looks like a professional away performance by a very. I've been impressed by Chesham. I think the kids say I was not aware of your game. I have been tonight. That's brilliant play by number 7. And that looked like it had gone in, but it's gone behind, has it? What's happened here? That was brilliant play from.
I must admit, that was a weird one.
It's Essen.
The goalkeeper has
saved it.
Well, and
it's hit his back.
Is there such thing as a bad save? Because that I don't know how he's actually.
No, I actually think it's bounced off his back.
Do you think?
Off the post. I think so. I don't know. Maybe.
Good
I don't know.
Lord.
Sorry.
The ball's not got in the net. For the benefit of those of you listening in, but that was quite strange.
Anyway, they've got corner Chesham, but that is. Yeah, they're coming round. We're just. Apologies for being slightly distracted, but looks like the gentleman behind us is okay. He took a tumble, and it is cold and it's wet. Jordan Greenwich has just come on, by the way. Huh? It is very slippy. Yeah. I've got to say. But we.
There you go.
7 minutes.
I thought there would be
7.
Well, there's been 7 substitutions.
Well, Matt, I'm rubbing my hands, not because I'm excited. I'm freezing, but I am rubbing my hands as well with a little bit of excitement. Okay, maybe.
I tell you how Greenish reminds me of. Who's that fella we had a long time ago, Seb? They scored the hat trick away at Wealdstone.
Yeah, I know exactly. And he might be through it. Do you know what though? He's mopped up lovely the Chesham. Slightly skewed kick though. Harry Gardner heads it back towards Brendan Kiernan, who doesn't retain the ball. Come on, Brendan, mate. Come on. Sam Deadfield. Everyone in the ground told him man on. Craig Fasamandi on the right hand side. I can't quite see because the post is in the way at the main stand.
He's still on the corner. He's whipped the ball in.
And it's a header from Sam Ashford, and it goes wide, and he's landed awkwardly as well. I'm trying to think of his name. Wealdstone away, 3-0, New Year's Day.
Yeah.
I had a bottle of Wicked at 11 o'clock.
Alec Barry.
No, Hooch.
What was his name?
He was Devon. Charles.
Charles.
I can't remember.
Elliot Charles.
No,
Yeah.
Charles Elliott. No, Elliot Charles. It was Elliot Charles. We were 3-0 up against Wealdstone, weren't we? Away.
He came on and scored a hat-trick.
No, he started. It was 3-0 after about half an hour.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
that was it. That
yeah.
was his.
Yeah, that's pretty much all he did, didn't he?
That was his contribution.
Yeah. Elliot Charles.
Don't know,
Yeah, that's it.
see.
Elliot Charles, if you're listening. In fact, anybody listening in knows
Taylor Clark.
where Elliot Charles is playing his.
Taylor Clark. He's not. I follow him. The club follows him on Instagram. I think he's abroad. Last time I saw.
Is he?
Anyway, we are still. Well, we've had 2 minutes of the 7 indicated. Greenwich wins the header, but heads it out. Big lad, isn't he? Matt?
Yeah, he is a big lad.
He's 6 foot.
Oh,
he's
got to be
6'6".
Is he really?
Or 6'5".
Yeah, he's a unit. You do not want to be
No,
in a
no,
50-50 with him.
No. Matt, I think we'll look back on those chances by Keenan and Fasamade as being our opportunities in this game, which unfortunately we failed to take. Harry Gardner chasing to the end. Oh, Reece Cox has just... Do you know what? He's done really well tonight, so I'm not going to give him too much stick there. But at the last moment, he couldn't quite find that pass, could he, Coxie? Unlucky, Reece. You've done... he's put Hampden's best player, Reece Cox, tonight?
He's done very, very well up there, and he's had very little to feed off of in truth. And he's had a good game. I think Massey's, I mean, there's been some decent performances. So the reality is, there's been very few outstanding performances, just as the nature of the performance, and a lot of that is to do with how good Chesham have played.
Yeah. Look, this isn't a dreadful performance from Hampton and Richmond Borough. It isn't a really poor performance. I wouldn't necessarily say it was poor. I just say it was a bit meh. It was a bit
lackluster. It's just
a little bit. Not luster. Yeah. Well, it's lacking luster. Not luster enough. Is definitely.
We've had the fortune of seeing Alan Dowson's sides when they are firing.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable to watch.
Yeah. Still finding their feet under Alan Dowson.
Exactly. We're only 5 games in, whatever it is, 6 games.
And crucially, if we beat the Farnboroughs and we beat the Enfields and we beat the teams around them, then we might be all right. But because Chesham aren't around us, maybe we should have come into the game ourselves a little bit more. Myself, I mean, not the team, with a bit more realisation. This is a very good Chesham side, and they've just won a corner here in the 94th minute. And Matt, yeah, it's looking unlikely. Because I think they've defended and dealt with everything so well. It would be quite hard to see them slip at this late stage. But at the moment, the Generals are taking all 3 points back thanks to a 21st minute goal from Alfie Williams. I was just double checking the comments. Thanks very much for your messages. Appreciate it, and glad that we could help out some Chesham fans as well that listened, and they unbiased commentary. They are, Matt. That's it. We got a nice comment.
Well, that's what we try to do, because it's nothing,
we do.
There's nothing more
generally
irritating
do
when it's all one-way traffic when you listen to commentary.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's difficult, but as we've said on multiple occasions today, credit where credit's due when it comes to the Chesham performance. You boys that are girls that are listening in of a Chesham persuasion, your team have put in a very, very solid performance.
It's unfortunate, but thanks for joining us on the watch along. And we do have this every single game, by the way. Not just me and Matt. It's Johnny and Kaylee was on the other day. Jack Lonergan. We've had Paul did it the other week with me, so we try and vary it up because they don't want the same old voices and the same thing and the same ages. You don't want 2 40-year-olds like us. I'm mid-40s, he's early 40s, but all the time. But we do this every game. Please tell your mates. It helps us in every way, shape or form. We will try and get the club shop online so we can get some stuff, hopefully if you wanted to support the football club. But in the meantime, if you are able to get to a game at any point over the course of this season, come down to the Bev. It is a lovely place to watch football. Tonight, less so, because it's been wet and cold and really, really quite miserable conditions-wise. Everyone is under a roof, it has to be said, and that's quite unusual for this ground. But yeah, it's looking very, very, very likely now that Chesham are going to take all 3 points back And do you know what? They've managed the game brilliantly in the last few minutes, as well as they have done throughout the whole game, haven't they, Matt? Let's be brutally honest. Someone's asked the last question: is HRBFC connected to Ted Lasso? Absolutely not.
What was the question?
Is HRBFC connected to Ted Lasso? Absolutely not. We are the real and original football club, and authentic football club. Doesn't mean that we might not play into the tag, and try and get some of those many Americans that I see doing the walking tours around Ted Lasso country, just down the road. We're not linked with them, but yeah, of course, if you like Ted Lasso and you want to go see a team with Richmond in the name that is actually real and exists, then we are the only version of that. But anyway, Hampton, final throws of the dice. But I tell you what, the final throw of the dice is probably Mitchell Weiss, who does brilliantly. And actually, him and Alfie Williams and Chesham as a whole, I would say, Matt, just about deserved it, because we did have 2 good chances. Let's not forget that. And that's the full-time whistle. The 3 points do go to Chesham United. It's a disappointing evening at the Beverly. It's a wet and cold evening at the Beverly. Matt, I think we've said it already, because I think the game has been pretty similar since the first 10, 15, 20 minutes. Yeah. Chesham have just had the edge pretty much all night, haven't they? Let's be brutally honest.
They have.
We've had a couple of strong chances.
We should have taken one of them. Notwithstanding that, I think the best team have won this game.
Yeah, we sound a bit disappointed because we're Hampton and Richmond Borough persuasion, but we have tried to be unbiased and credit where it's due. I don't mind losing to a better team, and and Chesham are the better team, judging by the table, and will be the better team if they keep on playing like that. Hampton, what can we learn? What lessons can we learn from that, Matt? Probably not to we keep giving teams the initiative and letting them score first, don't we?
Yeah.
I know we didn't against Torquay, that was different.
We didn't start particularly well. I think the first 5 or 10 minutes was pretty.
The first 20.
Yeah, pretty frantic. Didn't really create a lot. We invited the pressure. We got punished for that. And the reality is in this league, you just. It takes an awful lot at this level to win a game of football, and we didn't do enough tonight. I think that is as obvious as that sounds.
Yes, we had 2 very, very good chances, didn't we? Let's be brutally honest.
Yep.
And I suppose you could look at it. We had 2 very good chances. Chesham had one, and they very good, and they took it. They had better other chances. Don't get me wrong. They deserved to win. I'm not gonna lie. They were Alex Horn will certainly be impressed with that, because that was a very good. That was a task well managed by Chesham. Thank you very much for joining us.
Indeed.
I've got to say they were very, very good. Chesham deserve it, and they're taking the plaudits on this very cold, wet, miserable night. Well done for everyone that's travelled. Well done to everyone that's listened. You've been listening to us on Beavers TV. Hampton and Richmond Borough have lost to Chesham United, and we go on to Salisbury on Saturday. And Matt, not every game becomes a must-win, but at some point, we do need to win.
We do need to win. We need to.
And I'm not saying I can't see us not winning. What I'm saying is we just need to. We just need to win.
We need to win.
Soon.
We need to get that. We need to get going. We need to win. We need to get some points on the board and start climbing the table. And I said earlier on, I used the phrase "there's green." Incredibly well against us, and we're not doing enough. And Douse will be totally understanding of that, and I'm sure it'll be top of his agenda. But things need to change a little bit, right? We've got to do better.
Well, they need to change, not just because of us or what we want or what the fans want. They need to change because at the moment we're 21st in the league, and we're in trouble. We were in trouble when he came, and we're still in trouble now. And it's going to take ages for us to get out of trouble.
Yep.
But yes, the Chesham fans delighted walking past, and as they should be. Their team has deserved that. Well done, Chesham United. We're going to go because we are cold and wet.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening in. Please listen along to the next one, and up the Beavers. But it's going to be tough. We're going to keep doing it, but we're going to get there. I think in the end eventually. But we got to keep hoping. It's the hope that kills you.
It is.
Anyway. All the best. See you later.
Cheers, guys.
See ya.
Thanks for
Bye.
listening.
Ah, bugger. Just a quick question. Why did they wait for the full-time whistle to take that man out?
Yeah, I know.
When it was going to block over 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Just piss. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Does anyone know it, that guy? I've not seen him.
I've seen him.
No. You should make sure. Right, Matt, you can go if you want, mate. So I was gonna...
Well, big trouble, yes, but there are still. What? How many points to play for? 60. How many games are left?
Let me get a video of this, man.
No, we might not do that. No.
We'll be alright. I think there's 3 teams worse than us.
There was 7.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. See you later, Matt. Well done, Matt. It was good fun, eh? Hey, do you know what? If we're going to do it for any game.
Never mind, eh?
Right, swings and roundabouts.
I googled during the game, being like, is my laptop waterproof? And the first thing that came back was like, do not get it wet under any conditions. Like, I'm running off at the first opportunity.
No, absolutely, mate.
Well, my mouse didn't work when I got back.
Oh, it's just sound there, being like, yeah.
It's fine. Who needs music after somewhere? Could you do that one as well for me? Merci. So next week, me and Mark decided we want to take over.
Not next week, is it?
No.
No, he's here for Worthing, but from
Yeah, but what I'm going to do is we're going to give you a lot more responsibility next week. Basically,
So we don't. You guys are good.
let you do.
Who's also? We also.
All things considered, I don't think we played too badly.
Ah!
We're not going to score, but I didn't think like there was a lot. We didn't give up.
So next week you're going to do the first.
Look at this. Unbelievable. I've never been that wet in my life.
So glad you're good. I am so glad I'm probably
You're pretty
And then
much there as well, aren't you?
yeah, it was bad. But to be honest, I mean it's just the direction of the rain. It was more about